Dunn.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
When fun finally returns, Bud Light legends don't just come back. They come roaring back, carrying a cooler full of Bud Lights, an inflatable dolphin, and those Velcro pads with the balls that stick to them. And this summer, with a cooler at their side, they're gonna make up for all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Other food delivery apps charge surprise fees, but Domino's is giving away $50 million worth of surprise frees, like free pizza, lava cakes, or cheesy bread when you order delivery online. And we found some unique ways to get the word out.
Free cheesy!
Like screaming it! We even called Paul Revere.
Free lava cakes are coming!
Order delivery online and you could get a surprise free from Domino's. No purchase necessary. Open U.S. residents 13 and up through 11/21/21. Odds of winning are 1 in 14. See rules at surprisefrees.domino's.com for free entry, blackout dates, restrictions, and details.
There's clearly a difference.
Hi, this is Todd Mitchum with Mercer Glass, Eastern North Carolina's most complete glass company. Mercer Glass specializes in windows, shower doors, auto glass, and mirrors. We can install or repair almost anything made of glass in your home or business. So give us a call at Mercer Glass. That's 752-5101. That's 752-5101.
Hey Pirates, this is Holton Ahlers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body filled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
Hey, it's Troy D, proud ECU grad of the class of 94. The holidays are just around the corner, and my friends at Tailgate Classics have a deal that you don't want to miss. Starting Friday, November 19th at 11 a.m., they will be dropping a new shipment of over 75 items, including vintage tees, hoodies, hats, and special vintage merchandise from the Peach Bowl, the Liberty Bowl, the Hawaii Bowl, and so much more. Stop by the store on Evans Street and receive a free koozie with every purchase, or visit them online at shoptailgateclassics.com. BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
And welcome into a Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios on a Football Friday and a Free Beer Friday. More on that in just a moment. Got a big show on tap for today as we get you ready for East Carolina Navy coming up Saturday. We'll be with you 11:30 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, taking you up to the 3:30 kickoff. Also, it is game day for Pirate Hoops, Pirates, and ODU going at it tonight at 7:30. We'll talk about that one as well. We got a lot of great guests coming up, including Mark Greenhalgh from the Golf Shop Radio Show. His Clemson Tigers have a big one tomorrow against Wake Forest. We'll talk football, at golf, and more with Greeny coming up at around 3:45 at 4 o'clock. Tony Dunn is beaming after Cam Newton scored 2 touchdowns last week. His Panthers got a little jolt of energy. They play my Washington football team coming up Sunday. We'll have a Week 11 preview for you, make some picks. That's coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. At 5 o'clock, we'll talk to the voice of Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium and Minges Coliseum, Morgan Ahlers, talk Pirate football, Pirate hoops, and Brian North joins us in the 5 o'clock hour as well to get you ready for your sports weekend. We got Shirley Rhodes producing, the big dog, Glenn Griffin, here as well. And joining us, our number one in the studio, former ECU defensive coordinator Rick Smith. Coach, good to see you.
Always good to see you.
Good to see you after a win.
Amen.
And a good win at that.
Yeah.
Coach, talked about this a lot this week. Memphis decides to go for 2 in overtime instead of kick the extra point. What are you thinking at that moment? As a defensive coordinator, that team says, you know what, we're not gonna go into another overtime. We're either gonna win it or lose it right here. What were you thinking?
I was shocked. I was. I felt like that he would, kick it. You're guaranteed. I just wouldn't put it on the kicker. I would put it on the kicker,
not on the offense.
Yeah, not on. Kick it, and now you got an overtime.
Yeah. And so the players we talked to on Monday, and Mike Houston said this. He said that they had practiced that play. When Memphis came out in that look, they knew exactly what was coming. Yeah. It was up to them to stop them. And I was kind of fascinated by that. I asked Kevin Monroe, former East Carolina cornerback, how often, because he played DB, how often did you know what was coming when the other team lined up during a game? And I said, is that rare? And he said, no. If you do your job during the week and the coaches do their job to prepare you, you pretty much know the majority of the time what's coming. It's a matter of, can you stop it? Can you execute? Is the other team just better than you to out-execute you? So, Coach, as a defensive coordinator, how often, every play, if they ran 75 plays, how many of those would you kind of know what to expect they were going to do?
Well, basically, to me, the hardest down to defense was first down.
Because everything's kind of out, options are out there.
Third down, I always had a pretty good fix on people. Okay, they're 85% pass. If they're in this formation, then you break down the formation. Okay, they're in this formation, you're going to get 95% pass. It's going to be, this or that. If they're in this format, you can but now first down, usually they will chart that all season long, and they chart it during the game. And on first down, it's almost unbelievable. It's 50-50 run pass.
Right. Now, the closer you get to the end zone, the defense has more of an advantage, right? Because it seems like the teams will stiffen up. So when they have it on a 2-point conversion, say, and they line up, you feel pretty confident you know what's coming at that point?
What makes it tough on the offense when they get, on the 2 or 3 yard line, there's less space to run routes. So everything's compacted. Mm-hmm. And really most people, on the 1-2 yard line, they're going to run the football. Now, you still have to defend the pass. I mean, if you're just unsound and you put all 11 of them in the box, then they're going to check off and do, throw the pass. But it's all, it's a guessing game. But, I mean, you're guessing on what they've done because most people are going to break down, at least, 4 games on the opponent. Now, when I was a coordinator and I was playing a team like Navy, and we did it here, we broke down all 11 games from the previous year. I mean, during the summer, that's one of the things we did, was we would break Navy down completely, and that was always the toughest game because of what they did. You see it one time a year.
That's going to be the challenge this week. We'll talk about that one more later. Stephen Igo brought up a good point on the pregame last week, that their quarterback Hennigan was better against the blitz than when teams would just drop back into coverage. And Blake Harrell's been very aggressive blitzing. Last week, I think Igo said for the 40-some dropbacks the quarterback had, East Carolina blitzed 6 times. So they were pretty conservative, and it worked out for them because different quarterbacks are better at different things. So kudos to the staff, to Blake Harrell and the defense for, at their best, coach, they're probably blitzing, but for this game, it was better to not blitz.
Well, what's tough about playing an option team is, like if you're playing a drop back passing team, basically it's 11 defensive guys versus 10.
With the quarterback being taken out,
Now, but when the quarterback can run the football, like in the option,
that evens things up.
It's 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
And what they don't care if 10 of their guys win and it's your safety on the quarterback, they feel like they're going to win. Most of the time, because the quarterback knows which way he's going, and that DB's got to make an open field tackle.
It seems like a coach's job is never done. There's so much to deal with. You got to get your team ready to play. You got to, if you're losing, get your team out of that rut and get them to win. And then if you win, you have to, as you would call it, coach, handle the big head. I remember you using that phrase in the past. And now you've got an East Carolina team that just had a great road win to get win number 6. Cincinnati next week here at home in a big game. So you got to get all those kids' brains right for this one. How tough is that as a coach to get your guys ready after a big 6-win victory like the Pirates just had?
I don't think it's as hard against Navy as it would be against another team, because the kids realize this is the first time this year we've seen this offense. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit easier to get them ready to play. And sometimes they can. I can remember some games in my career that I thought they were ready to play, man. And then we go out there and lay an egg, and I'm sitting there scratching my head. How did they fool me? I thought they were ready to play.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they're not ready to play, if something bad happens early, they'll get ready to play. I mean, it's. I remember those. You're just getting killed the first quarter. All of a sudden, those kids wake up and they are honest with you, because we weren't ready to play. We thought we were, and sometimes that happens. They can think they're ready to play, but they're not, and then all of a sudden they get hit in the mouth. Whoa! They wake up. Play the last 3 quarters.
You would like to be ready to go from the kickoff against Navy, because they'll hit you in the mouth and then just keep hitting you 8, 9 more times in a row, right? So.
Yeah. And Navy's averaging right now, I think I had them averaging 4 yards a carry on the run, which, 4 yards a crack's the first down. That's 3 downs, that's 12 yards.
It's a team, coach. Navy's only won 2 games this year, but you look at their Cincinnati game, they only lost that game by 7. They've been in games.
Yeah.
So it's not the best Navy team we've seen East Carolina play, but always dangerous. The Pirates have only beaten Navy 1 time. That came in 2011. So we know what's on the line here this weekend. Just a difficult assignment. Shirley, do you have the Blake Harrell cut? Here's what the current defensive coordinator, Blake Harrell, had to say about Navy's offense.
Navy is a very good offense, and they're going to do a lot of multiple things. They're really well coached up there. Coach Ingram, Coach Ivan Jasper, Coach Nehemiah. Been around for a long time, doing this for a long time, and they've seen every look you can throw at them. So, and it's just a different offense so much from what you've seen all season long. Our kids had some recall from last year. We've done worked it in fall camp, worked it throughout the season, kept up with it there. But it's just, you've got to get all into it. You got to dive head first into it and be ready to go. So it takes a few days to kind of get really comfortable with it, and then once they do, they picked up on it pretty well. And just got to keep working, keep preparing, because you can't get enough reps before Saturday at all the different looks you're going to see.
All right, there is Blake Harrell. He knows what's coming this week. Now it's just a matter of can you stop it? And it's called an option for a reason, Coach. There's different things they can do out of it. They're going to run the ball, but could be quarterback, could be fullback, could be pitch man. And, how as a defense do you get ready for all that you're going to face?
Well, what I tried to explain to my guys is, the first thing you got to do is you got to stop the fullback. Okay, so now if they hand it to the fullback, say in A gap, you got a nose guard and either a 3 technique and an inside linebacker. Those 3 guys have to defeat those blockers and make that play. Excuse me. The defensive end, or the end man on the line of scrimmage, he's got to, close with the down block, hold, and he's got to play the quarterback. Somebody in the secondary has to take the pitch man. Now, those guys in the secondary are getting blocked too, whereas the defensive end's not getting blocked usually because he's, they're optioning him. So, sometimes if he's slow playing the quarterback and he gets too wide, the quarterback dips up and gets 5 or 6 yards. If he closes to the quarterback too quick, the ball's pitched. Now the secondary's got to react much faster with a blocker on. But it's, they want a one-on-one. They want the guy with the ball to be one-on-one against a corner or against a safety, and they feel like they're going to win that more than they lose it.
Yeah, and again, talking to Kevin Monroe, cornerback, I asked him, is it just all about kind of being prepared for them to hit you over the top? And he said, no, it's about having 2 chin straps and 2 mouth guards because you're going to have to tackle. You're going to get blocked, and you're going to have to tackle more than you usually do in a regular Saturday.
Well, usually I would line up and I would teach those corners, of course you work on it all year, is the stalk block. But now Navy, the thing about what Navy does, which you don't see, is they've got 3 different blocking schemes that they use on the secondary. Sometimes it's just a one-on-one block. The wide receiver blocks the corner, okay? And the number 2 guy or the tailback blocks the safety. Then all of a sudden, that wide receiver that's blocking the safety or the corner now cracks the safety, and the arc comes on the corner. So there's a lot of different ways they block you, and you just have to be ready for that, and that's tough to work on all that stuff when you don't see it every week.
We've seen Navy have some really good quarterbacks over the years, Keenan Reynolds and comes to mind, but it was, let's see, Coach, November 6, 2010, you were having fun in the sun down in Tampa. You had just left. Navy comes in here, first year Ruffin McNeil, and put 76 points on the Pirates. You say you got to stop the fullback. I'll never forget his name, Alexander Teach. I had to look up his yards, 14 carries, 157 yards, and a touchdown. And he was just running, Coach, in wide open lanes right up the middle of the field. So if that's the first thing you got to do, the Pirates didn't do it on that day. But again, it hasn't just been always the fullback. We've been hurt by the quarterbacks, the pitch man, all the above. So East Carolina's got to be ready for it all.
And I went against Navy. I didn't win but 1 or 2 times. But, we always kept it kind of close. And I can remember I did it every year. And then you can ask Donnie Kirkpatrick, I know he'll remember. I would walk into the offensive staff room on Monday morning, and I'd say, guys, it's a simple game. Y'all have to score 1 more point than they do for us to win. And they'd all look at me like, is he crazy? I said, no, y'all have got to score 1 more than they do because guess what? We ain't shutting them out.
You're going to warn them beforehand. And you know what? That's been a problem. As much as Navy has scored on East Carolina, ECU's offense has to hold up their end of the bargain because there have been so many times where Navy gets the ball, goes 7-minute drive, touchdown, it's 7-0. East Carolina 3 and out. They get it. First quarter's over, and then to start the second quarter, they score another one. And when you're down 10 or 14 to Navy, it's like being down 17-21 to a regular team, right?
See, one reason Navy's not winning, I happened to check that because the time of possession is so important.
Mm-hmm.
They're only averaging 32 minutes a game.
For them, that's really low, right?
That's low because usually they're in the 40s.
Yeah.
So they're 8-9 minutes behind schedule. And if they keep the football, and that's something that we always told the offense, or they realized it, okay, in a normal game, your offense is going to get 12 chances, 12, possessions to go score. When you're playing Navy, it's about 6.
Right, cut in half, yeah.
So the offense has to be much more productive than they are against anybody else.
Yeah. How about last week, Coach, against Memphis, East Carolina, speaking of ball control, 40, about 43 to 17.
Yeah.
I mean, incredible. Third downs, which East Carolina struggled with all year, 18 to 26 for the offense. Yeah. Defense did their part, 4 of 11 for Memphis. So, look, if East Carolina can have that kind of ball control against Navy, we'll be doing so. It's almost like I don't know if the offense feels pressure to kind of go score quickly against Navy, but sometimes that maybe you just want to get into the game they're playing.
That's what I used to tell them. Say, I want nothing but 12 play drives.
Yeah, keep the ball. There you go.
See, I circled that. We had the ball 42 minutes and 47 seconds last week, and Memphis had it 17 minutes 13. Well, you should win,
Yeah.
And then total plays, they only had 53 plays. We had 102 plays.
That's crazy. Xavier Smith, ECU linebacker, when we talked to him Monday, said, I felt like I won't on the field that much. And then they went in the halftime locker room and they said, all right, guys, you ran 19 defensive plays.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you talk about helping out a defense. That's how you do it right there.
That is.
Yeah.
Well, if we can do that this week.
Yeah. Let's take a time out. Shirley, we'll come back. We'll have more ECU Navy talk with Coach Rick Smith as he joins us here. Hour 1 on Pirate Radio Live. We'll be back with more after this.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Griffel's Center and receive compensation. Visit grifflesplasma.com. Gonna get that? Answer the call from patients who need plasma and receive up to $700 your first month when you donate at a Griffel's Center. Visit grifflesplasma.com.
On Saturdays, your team needs you. Your sofa needs you. And you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays. Unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Pirate fans, celebrate Purple Friday Thanksgiving weekend with 2 great deals. Our weekend holiday family sale for $60 gets you 4 football tickets for the Cincinnati game Friday, 4 men's basketball tickets for the Coppin State game Saturday, and 4 women's basketball tickets for the Campbell game on Sunday. And for just $20 more, our weekend holiday family feast sale feeds your Pirate crew with 4 hot dogs and 4 regular fountain drinks. It's a big weekend for the Pirate Nation, and it all starts with Purple Friday at East Carolina.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
This year, US Cellular's making a big deal out of the holidays. You can choose any phone from any brand free. That's right, any phone you see in our store is free. And get unlimited data for our best price of the season. Just $30 a month per line with 4 lines. Feel the locally grown joy from US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Limited time offer. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Have you been waiting to try CBD? ENS Hemp on Fire Tower Road in Greenville is the area leader in CBD. We want to educate you on how our products work with your endocannabinoid system. These products are all natural and non-addictive. ENS offers a variety of products to meet your needs. tinctures, edibles, topicals, and even smokable items. Customer feedback indicates relief from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. E&S Hemp is located on Fire Tower Road. Also, check us out on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Well, the secret is out. CD's Grill has the best breakfast in Greenville. Start your day with a made-to-order breakfast Monday through Saturday at CD's Grill. Plus, you can enjoy lunch Monday through Friday. And their lunch specials are always a huge hit. Monday, it's barbecue chicken. Tuesday, pork tenderloin and gravy. Wednesday, chicken and pastry. Thursday, barbecue pork chops. And Friday, it's spaghetti. CD's Grill on Fire Tower Road in Winterville, near Evans Street. Stop by CD's Grill for the best country cooking around.
ASAP Party and Tent Rentals is your one-stop shop for weddings, anniversaries, corporate events, family reunions, birthday parties, or any celebration with friends and family. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals has the widest selection of tents, tables, chairs, linens, china, concession equipment, bounce rides, games, staging, wedding equipment, dance floors, and so much more. At ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, we help people get together. Call today at 756-7903. ASAP Party and Tent Rentals, locally owned and operated on Diamond Drive in Greenville near Agri Supply and Equipment Plus.
Pirate Radio.
You know, East Carolina deserves to go to Omaha. People should be worried about us. We're going to be really good, and I'm not afraid to say it on record.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in your very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Hold on, we're back, Coach. We're back. We're talking football with Rick Smith. He's got a lot to talk about with this Navy game. He got a lot to say. East Carolina Navy Pirates are a 4-point favorite coming up on Saturday, 3:30. We'll be with you 11:30 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We heard Blake Harrell's comment a moment ago saying it's really tough to replicate what they do at practice and to be ready for it for multiple reasons. One, QB, fullback, pitchman, but two, Coach, you were saying during the break, you with the scout team, they can do all they can, but you don't want guys diving at your defensive lineman's legs at practice. So what they do on the field game day blocking, you don't really do it at practice, right? You don't feel it till the game kicks off.
Yeah, you can't because you'll lose a kid. But, you know, they're going to drive like if I'm the defensive tackle and I'm lined up over the offensive guard, okay? That offensive guard of theirs is going to come off and he's going to hit me in the mouth, slide his head to the outside, and that offensive tackle's going to come straight for my knee. That's a double team block, which is illegal.
That is, what do they call it, a chop block, right?
Chop block.
And if that happens in a game in a regular offense on a regular Saturday, it'll be called. I've seen it called.
Yeah.
But you said, you know, is it called against Navy?
Very seldom, and you know, as a coach, the coach up in the press box sees it, and I've done it. I said, call timeout and get the official over and tell him they're chop blocking our kids. They'll do that. They'll come over, and the head coach tells the official, hey, you're chop blocking my kids. They are, I need it called. They'll call it one time. They'll quit doing it, and for 3 or 4 plays, and then
you're right back to it
again.
And they won't call it.
Because the officials, the Navy coaches know the officials aren't going to call it every time because the game would last for 15 hours.
It's like holding. They say you could call holding on every play, or like you could call a foul on every play, but you don't do it. You know. So one of those things the Pirates are going to have to deal with. And I always hear, I've heard you say it too, Coach, that the week after a Navy game, as far as getting over the blocking and everything you feel is a little different than a normal week, right? Getting over the physicality of the game.
Yeah, because, you know, for the whole week, you know, you've worked on run block, and now all of a sudden you're going to play a normal opponent that's a one back, spread you out, sling it. So now they have to mentally you have to retrain your mind to go back and get ready for the other stuff.
It's a tough part of the season for East Carolina. The good news is they are riding high after the win over Memphis. Coach, how you feeling about this Navy matchup? You were going over some common opponents. Navy's best win of the year was UCF, but 4 common opponents for East Carolina and Navy. They played Marshall right out of the gate, and surprisingly, Marshall took it to them.
Marshall beat them 49-7. Beat them by 42.
And we were able to escape Marshall with a victory. Houston, you said, was a common opponent. Houston able to beat both of these teams. UCF, again, their best win, and the Pirates had a narrow defeat to UCF, and then Memphis the other, I think.
Right.
So what you think about these teams stacking up?
I think we can win the game, but our offense is going to have to score more than 30.
More than 30.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying, high 20s. I mean, it's just hard to shut them out.
Yeah.
And what you hope is you don't lose one of your best defensive linemen early, to a knee injury. I don't mean a season-ending knee injury, but you get in the chop block and the kid gets hurt, and he can't go back in. It's just, it's just tough. It's just tough. Those blocking schemes that you see one time a year.
You hate to even talk about it in this way, but it is reality with injuries and everything. This is about the deepest we've seen the East Carolina defensive line probably since the Greg Hudson, Rick Smith, Skip Holtz days here at ECU. Yeah. So that is a positive East Carolina has. I mean, you hope you don't have to go to your third defensive tackle or things like that, but in this game, you might have to.
Well, what I've seen is that we basically play 4. Defense. We're too deep when I don't know which ones is the starters. They play about the same number of reps. And, you just, to get the speed of the game and the blocking schemes are so much different than what you can replicate at practice. And, if we can, hang in there the first quarter, kids get the feel of the game and the speed of the game, then we'll have a chance to win it. Offense can't turn the ball over. They got to, and like I used to tell Donnie Kirkpatrick, I said we need 15, 20-play drives.
I wanted to ask you about this, Coach. So last week, East Carolina gets that go-ahead touchdown with a minute and change on the clock. They could have ran more time off the clock to help out their defense. Now, I think Mike Houston and Holton Ahlers kind of explained it well after the game that all week they talked about how good Memphis is down in the red zone, down inside the 5. And Holton Ahlers also brought up that they like to line up late. He said they like to steal signals, basically. He said they don't show you what they're going to do until the last second. They'll get on the line and line up. So he wanted to go as fast as he possibly could down there. They get the touchdown. Could have ran, another 25, 30 seconds off the clock, but didn't. What did you, as a defensive guy, what were you thinking?
I was wanting them to, I said, what are they doing? I mean, they could have, the game could have almost ended.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and look, it kind of cost them because Memphis was able to go down, kick a field goal, go to overtime. I'm just curious, Coach. So when you're up in the boxes, are you around the offensive coaches too in some places? Or are you
usually there? Like the defensive. I was always on the right side, and they're sitting right there by you. Usually,
you ever look down and say, "Hey, slow it down"?
Yeah.
I'd love to see a video of that.
And sometimes they're telling us what to do, too.
Right, yeah. Hey, get a damn stop.
Slow them down.
All right, let's head to the Fixed NC Live line. We got Mitchell in Winston-Salem who has a question for Coach Smith. Hello, Mitchell.
Hey, Coach. Question about the chop blocking thing. I've heard about this for years, and Navy is supposed to have honor and respect as their 2 key components. Now, how do they justify trying to hurt another team's player on purpose?
Well, I don't think they're trying to hurt him on purpose, but they feel like because of what they're, the offensive scheme that they run, and usually, their offensive line average is 6'2", 280 pounds. for them to have a chance, they're going to have to do some double team blocks. And, the way you teach the double team block is, one guy's going to hit him high and one guy's going to hit him low, but the low blocker should be hitting him in the thigh instead of below the knee. But, all the film I broke down all those years, very few times did they block my kids above the knee. So I don't know if they were coaching it or, supposedly it just happened.
Isn't a high block and a low block at the same time, is that not illegal?
Yes, it is.
Well, then, do you think Coach Houston would consider returning the favor?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I just think Coach Houston's, he's...
Like you said, what you got to do is talk to the officials, say, hey, what the hell, look at what's happening and try to get some calls, right?
I will tell a story if we got a minute.
Yes, sir. I love it.
When Greg Hudson was here, I don't know if y'all remember Greg, but he was pretty, he could lose his temper pretty quick. But I don't know, we were playing Navy and they were chop blocking our kids, and I remember him calling timeout, and Skip got mad at him for wasting the timeout, but he went out on the field and told the officials, you either stop it or I'm going to cut your offensive guys with my defensive guys. And I'm going to do it before the ball snap. I mean, he was pointing at the Navy coaches, yelling at them, and I was sitting over there thinking, we're going to get thrown out of the park here by the officials. But guess what? It worked.
Yeah.
The officials went over and talked to the Navy coaches, and it was a pretty straight game after that.
Anything else, Mitchell?
Well, I tell you, I used to have the world of respect for our service academies, but here in a mess like this is something that some cheap, know-nothing team from the hood does. That's just crazy. Because you get a guy on the right spot, you're going to tear his ACL. You're going to put him out for the year, and I don't want to hear that they got short offensive linemen. Who cares?
Well, when you watch the game on TV, just pay attention to Navy's offensive line and see if it's still happening. I've been retired 4 years. Haven't looked at any film on Navy. I know they're still running the same offense, same head coach, but I would imagine they're still doing it.
Look, Mitchell, I'm not a military man, but sometimes you got to cut corners on the battlefield too to get the win. So
support the troops, Mitchell. You got to love the troops, man.
All right.
Well, let's go Pirates.
All right, man.
Amen.
There's Mitchell in Winston-Salem. He's ready to give up on the U.S. military because of the cut blocks going on the field.
I did want to ask Coach, though.
Yeah.
He was mentioning, so were y'all at Navy when this happened, or was this here?
This was here.
Oh, okay. If it was up there, I mean, it could have been a national security situation. Y'all are, it's tough when you're up there.
Well, I don't remember. I know we played them in y'all's era there. I don't remember playing them here. It might have been there. You sure it was here?
I was thinking it was here, but I could be wrong.
It was like 2007. It was the first game of the season one year, and you guys played them down to a one possession game.
Yeah. I've coached so many games and sometimes
so many places.
Years. And
speaking of that, Coach, do you, as a coach, I'm assuming you just don't even faze you at all. As a football fan, I love the pageantry and tradition and the bands and the scenery and all that. Have you ever kind of got caught up into that, looking around, especially like maybe a place like Navy, Army, or is it just another football field to you?
I get chill bumps when you talk about that because I every game I ever coached when I was in the press box. I always loved being in the press box because when they would play the national anthem, and I have seen some beautiful. I mean, like you're in the Tennessee press box and you got your hand over your heart. They're playing the national anthem, and you're looking to the east, and there's the river. And there's all the boats that the people came in to see the game. I can remember being in at Iowa State. What a beautiful view, looking out of their press box. And just that was the thrill of being in the press box was when they played the national anthem and you got your hand over your heart and you're just looking at some of the views.
Yeah.
And I always loved playing at Georgia Tech because downtown Atlanta and all the skyscrapers and
you got stories from Bama.
Yeah, I remember all those. Because I was in the press box for a lot of years.
You see a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's neat that you could take a moment, even when you're about to go into a huge game like that.
Well, when they played the national anthem, I would look out, and just as soon as the national anthem was over, I'd lower my head, would shut my eyes, and I'd say a quick prayer for my kids.
There you go.
Players.
That's awesome. Rick Smith joining us today inside the Pirate Radio studios. Maybe we need to get Coach Hud a field pass for the game this week. Keep everybody. I don't know. Mike Houston, he can get a little fiery too at times. So if something is going on against his kids, he's going to look out for them.
Yeah, he will.
I know that.
Got Big John, the strength coach out there.
We got some guys that can hopefully police things.
I wouldn't want to scrap with Blake Harrell.
No, he's a little. I bet he's a.
It would be like.
I bet he's a dirty fighter.
It'd be like fighting like one of those Frenchie, like one of those bulldogs.
Most
like
shorter guys like
bulldogs.
Coach Smith fight dirty. Am I right or wrong, Coach?
I just always fought to win.
There you go. All right, Rick Smith joining us says the Pirates need to get into the upper 20s, 30s to win this game against Navy. Then it's on to Cincinnati, Coach, and we will not talk to you next week. I do have a Thanksgiving-related question for you, but Cincinnati, that's a huge opportunity. ABC 3:30 at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, and you just hope they can get past this one. And man, what a game that could be for the Pirates, Coach.
Could be, and it's that's why they keep score. You never know. Cincinnati struggled here the last couple of weeks. I mean, they're not just beating people by 50 points like they've been. I guess they won last week by 7, the week before maybe by 10, and I mean they
beat Navy by 7.
So. If we win this one, you play them one at a time, but, we win this one, we'll see what happens next week. But that would be, let's just win this one and get that 7th win, and, whatever happens, happens the next week. But if we can get this one, I mean, it's a great year.
Coach, what are your Thanksgiving plans?
Just, we'll be here with family. My daughter lives here, she's got 4 kids, so my 4 one of my grandkids is a football manager at Kentucky, so he'll be up there. We went up there a couple of weeks ago for a game, and he's really doing well. I've mentioned this before, but I'm so proud of him. He graduated from South Central High School here, 4.7 GPA.
Wow.
He's on an academic scholarship. He's a lot like I am. He's very intelligent. Ha ha.
All right, I ask everybody this, Coach. What is your go-to, if you could only pick one? It's tough to do, but your favorite side dish at Thanksgiving? What's your all-time favorite?
My all-time favorite is turkey dressing with gravy.
Man, can't beat it.
My mama could make it. Man, it was good. My wife's pretty good at it, too.
You better say that.
Better say that or I won't get any.
Yeah, my grandma's dressing. It's not stuffing, it's dressing is my favorite, is my go-to as well.
That was mine.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us today, man. And we won't see you next week, but we'll talk to you the week after.
Okay, we'll talk before then on the phone.
Okay, and also get some good Hawaii Bowl stories ready. I want to know what y'all did in Hawaii, because we might go back again this year.
Yeah, could.
We got some options. So we'll talk about some bowl memories from Coach Smith when we reconvene in a couple weeks. Thank you, Coach. There's Rick Smith joining us today inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you. Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Hour 3, we will make you a winner. Got a 12-pack of Busch Light Apple going your way on a Free Beer Friday. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Otavola Market Cafe. Otavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Otavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Otavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Otavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Otavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OtavolaMarket.com. Otavola, pirates supporting pirates.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Dear past, present, and future football watchers, football is back! Just how you remembered it. Tailgates with an ice-cold Pepsi in hand? Totally back. That between-play sprint to the fridge for more Pepsi is back, baby! I really missed this. Anyways, consider this your official excuse for always putting football watching first, courtesy of Pepsi. That haircut appointment? Your mom told us you look great, so you should probably reschedule. Seeing the in-laws for the first time in ages.
It's been so long.
Nope, sorry, Susan. Not if it's on Sunday. Long story short, after the year we've all had, we think you could use a little football watching. So crack open a Pepsi and cheer your football watching face off. With love, Pepsi. Made for football watching. That's what I like.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. Did you know that we cater? Let us cater your next private event, church gathering, or backyard party. From traditional pig pickings to regular chopped barbecue, Parker's has anything you need. Parker's, where you're always treated like family.
At West Park Motor Company, customer satisfaction is the #1 goal while offering a wide range of cars, trucks, and SUVs at very competitive prices. Shop online at westparkmotorcompany.com right now to get started. Looking to sell your vehicle? Call West Park for a free appraisal. West Park is willing to pay more for your car or truck than the next dealer. West Park Motor Company with locations in Greenville and Washington and proud courtesy car dealer for the Pirates for over a decade. Go Pirates!
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak and our seafood delight pasta. The Rick House is open for lunch daily from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. Take a break from your workday with lunch at the Rick House. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. Listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Need some beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Europub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews along with wine and growlers. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating North Carolina craft breweries along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, watching some hoops. The Bonnies are getting worked. Down 12 to Clemson. 49-37, 51-37. Quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard as things not going the Bonnie's way in this one. Pirates playing tonight, 7:30 against Old Dominion. East Carolina hung with Oklahoma last night. Thanks to all who joined us on the watch along. Chandler and I had a lot of fun with that, and looks like you folks did too. We enjoyed doing that last night in the Pirate Radio studios, and we'll have another one of those at some point, maybe this basketball season. But that was a lot of fun, and I'm trying to find, let's see, Davidson right now. They are in the tournament down in Myrtle Beach with East Carolina. They have a 5-point lead over Penn with 14-19 left to go in the ball game. So Davidson a winner there. Utah State won earlier today, kind of a surprising score. They blew out New Mexico State 85-58. So New Mexico State, a potential opponent for East Carolina at the end of this thing. And the Pirates will play tonight. Oklahoma will be in action coming up later this afternoon. The winner last night against the Pirates, as they will take on Indiana State. The Sycamores coming up down at Myrtle Beach. Quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update presented by the Buck. All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to Greeny. Mark Greenhalgh just mentioned his Clemson Tigers a moment ago, right now beating St. Bonaventure 51-42. And Greeny, your Clemson Tigers football team has a big one tomorrow, because mathematically they need to beat Wake Forest tomorrow, and then Wake lose to Boston College, and Dabo and Clemson could somehow find their way in the ACC championship despite everything that's happened this year, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like Cincinnati looking to get into the playoff. We kind of need like the perfect storm to happen. So not getting my hopes up. The big thing is that like the 33-game home win streak on the line is the big thing.
And they play a good team, Greeny. I mean, Wake Forest, as kind of boring and unassuming as they are overall, plays maybe the most fun offense you'll see in the country, and Clemson has been able to smother them in years past. Now, if Wake Forest can score, the question is, can Clemson's offense keep up with them? So kind of a fascinating matchup coming up at Death Valley tomorrow at noon.
Yeah, it should be. I was kind of surprised it was a noon game. Thought it might be like a 3:30 game, like right in the middle of the day. But it's going to be interesting to see. And again, like you said, I think it comes down to Clemson's offense. I mean, Clemson's defense is represented well. I mean, Georgia, the opening game of the season, only scored 3 points offensively on Clemson, and Clemson's defense done a really good job, even with some of the injuries that they've had. And it's going to really come down to DJ. Can DJ actually complete enough passes to move the Clemson offense to score some points to get out in front of Wake Forest? That remains to be seen. Even last week, playing against UConn, he was still struggling and missing throws and not making throws on time. So it's going to be interesting.
Greeny, and one more question on Clemson football going into the year. Spencer Rattler, DJ, these guys were looked at as Heisman contenders and certainly have not played up to that in this 2021 season. What does the future look like at the quarterback position for Clemson? DJ's still a young guy. Is he looked at as the future, or are there other options coming up in 2022 for Dabo? Well, what's been the talk on that?
We've got a kid, Cade Klubnik, out of Texas that is, I've seen him anywhere from a top 3 to a top 5 quarterback. He's considered a dual threat quarterback. He's only 6'2", maybe 195 pounds, but apparently he can sling it all over the yard, and he can run the ball as well. So maybe it's more like a Deshaun Watson type offense gets run, where he's a little bit more of a slippery guy when he's running the ball, and not quite as tall, and has a pretty good arm. So it'll remain to be seen what happens with DJ, and they are thin at quarterback. Taysom has obviously not done enough to show that he could take over the job from DJ. So, again, we've had a lot of transfers out of Clemson from a quarterback standpoint, and it's showing up right now.
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show. You can hear it every Saturday to 10 a.m. here on Pirate Radio. Got another show coming up tomorrow morning. And Greeny, tell us what we need to know about the RSM Classic going on right now. What's going on in the world of golf as we speak?
Well, this is one of those events where you kind of you kind of get an okay feel just because there's a bunch of tour players that live down in Sea Island, Georgia. They call them the Mafia down there, and Davis Love is one of those Mafia, and everybody that lives down there likes to show out for Davis Love. So you get some good players. So it's going to be an okay field right now. You got Taylor Gooch leading John Ha, and Taylor Moore, who got an ace on the 17th hole today. First time that there's ever been an ace during competition on the 17th hole. So we got that going for us. Of course, I think everybody's looking forward to the great match, and there's been already a little bit of Twitter war going on between Brooks and Bryson. So I guess they're trying to create the disdain that we all thought had disappeared at the Ryder Cup.
Got to build it back up, right? Talking to Mark Greenhalgh's Golf Shop Radio Show. Joining us today, Greeny, what should we look forward to hearing on Saturday morning's edition of the Golf Shop Radio Show coming up tomorrow?
Well, as always, we'll have our man Bill Bender. We'll check in with Rex Hoggard, who will be live on site down in Sea Island, Georgia. Maybe he'll give us a little preview of what he thinks is going to happen with the big match. And then with the Panthers hosting the Washington Redskins, we are going to talk to the great Joe Theismann.
Oh, wow.
So so that's always an interesting conversation with Joe. And then we've got I don't think we've picked out who it is yet, but we're going to get a report from down at the LPGA Championship. So we'll get an update from them going on as they have their grand finale for their season and some low scoring on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah, and I forgot to bring that up with Ron Rivera returning to Charlotte. I am a Washington fan. As I try as hard as I can, Greeny, I'll be honest, I hadn't watched the last 2 or 3 games. I've kind of given up on them, as I tend to do every year. But a lot of intrigue for this week with Rivera, but that's being overshadowed, of course, by the return of Cam. And I thought Matt Rule used him great. We'll talk about it a lot in hour 2 today, but I'm sure that's getting headlines there in Charlotte. Cam Newton's return and being productive in that return against Arizona.
Yeah, well, what do you have, 8 or 9 snaps? And that, for me, that's the way you use Cam Newton. I mean, I'm a New England Patriots fan, got to watch him play for New England last year, and it was abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
And, there was a reason why there were 61 quarterbacks that started a game or played a game in the NFL before Cam Newton got signed. So, the good news for Cam and the Panthers is that Chase Young is out for the season on the Washington defensive side of the ball. So a little more freedom maybe to do and a little more time. But, man, last year Cam just did not show that he had anywhere near the running ability he used to have, and his throwing ability was still suspect. So we'll see what happens as he, in theory, gets the start on Sunday.
Greeny, good stuff, man. We will check you out Saturday, 8 to 10, right here on Pirate Radio, and talk to you next Friday. This is my last chat with you before Thanksgiving. Actually, we won't talk to you next Friday. It'll be an ECU game day. Maybe we'll check in with you during the Bud Light pregame tailgate, Greeny, but last time I'll talk to you before Thanksgiving, so I got to ask you, what's your all-time favorite Thanksgiving Day side dish, if you could only choose one?
Ooh, see, I don't even make turkey for Thanksgiving anymore. I make an authentic lasagna.
Good call.
I'm going with on Thursday, and got to start preparing, getting the ingredients going in the next few days.
Heck yeah, I like that. Greeny, good stuff, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks, Cliff. Have a good one. Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. Thank you. And we'll talk to Tony Dunn here in a second, who has an Italian family, and I think they go that lasagna route too. I got to get my country family to embrace the lasagna side of Thanksgiving. I love the traditional plate, don't get me wrong, but I'm also a big buffet guy. I like to pick and choose different stuff. So what you got, Shirley?
See, I just, I'm hearing people, I hear the classics, the yams, sweet potato casserole.
The classics.
Where are my collards?
Where are my collared folks at?
Yeah, where are my collared folks at? I got to have collards on Thanksgiving.
Glenn, you're a big collard. What do you think?
I am from the town of Kinston, which has the Kinston collards.
Have you ever heard that used as a term, like that guy's a collard?
No.
I think it just means
never
country.
Heard
like it just Bubba.
Yeah,
like Bama, whatever.
Yeah, he's a collard, which I would take as a compliment.
I was going to say, Greeny was talking about his lasagna. So for my birthday every year, I do not ask for a cake. I asked for lasagna.
You know what's crazy? My favorite 2 meals when I was growing up in my household was lasagna and chicken casserole. and I would ask for that for my birthday meal.
Yeah, I mean, I want like candles on my lasagna. Like, hey, that's where I'm
I
at.
like that. That's a good idea. And was never really a big cake guy either. We went just decided to go with the cookie cake deal where it's kind of easy. And
I don't even need the cake. I need the lasagna, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I need the lasagna. I need some nice garlic bread.
Yeah, I mean, why do we we can go against societal norms when it comes to food.
One of my favorite family get-togethers ever for Christmas, we did like a taco spread. And it was just different.
For Thanksgiving?
No, for Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas. For Christmas. We're not getting out of Thanksgiving without doing the turkey.
Celebrating Jesus' birthday.
Yes.
With some tacos.
Yes.
Not a bad idea.
It was a fun time. It was a good time. It was a fiesta siesta.
We'll talk,
nice.
We'll talk some Thanksgiving food with Tony Dunn next hour. We will talk about Cam getting in the end zone. Did Tony cry? Was there a tear running down his jaw as Cam Newton scored? Not one, but also was involved with a passing touchdown last week. They got my football team this week. We will make some picks. I've been crying looking at the picks I've been making. We will talk about last night briefly, because what a terrible game, and have a lot more for you when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Bonnie's down 6, trying to fight back against the Clemson Tigers. 9:05 left to go in the second half. We're back with more after this.
If you live in eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an army.
There are times in our lives when we feel like we have hit rock bottom with nowhere to go, but that is actually when God is closest to us and building us into who we are meant to be. Hi, I'm Holton Ahlers, and that's how Built When Broken was formed. BuiltWhenBroken.com is an apparel brand to remind people not only where they come from, but also where they are going. Visit BuiltWhenBroken.com to get the latest BWB apparel, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. BuiltWhenBroken.com, apparel for our walk through life.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville is the perfect place to get all your amigos together for some Mexican food, fun, and football. Chico's has been a game day tradition for Pirate football fans for over 30 years. Whether the game is home or away, make it a Chico's day for some great specials and the best chips and salsa in town. Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Go Pirates!
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R,
Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. When your AC or heater needs repairing or replacing, call on the reliable service professionals of Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Go to delcorinc.com or give them a call at 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals in Greenville. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right. I was talking to Greeny a moment ago. His Clemson Tigers are up 14 on St. Bonaventure. The Bonnies are up 2. That happened really fast. So they are playing down in Charleston. And right now, St. Bonaventure has a lead as they are playing into the second half. A quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update. The tournament going on down at Myrtle Beach, which includes East Carolina. We'll get a quick update on that score. And Davidson is playing. And Davidson is winning 52-44 with 8:50 left to go. They are playing Penn in that one. So East Carolina will play tonight 7:30. Coming up next from Myrtle Beach, it'll be Oklahoma taking on Indiana State. Quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck. Tony Dunn, Mr. Panther, is here. How much college basketball have you watched this year, Tony?
I've watched a couple people watch college basketball, and that's about it.
Okay. Tony was tuned into the watch along. Are you sour at all?
No, not at all.
You're not a basketball guy.
I'm trying to be.
You're a friend.
I'm trying to be
a
ECU basketball fan.
I know. Well, are you going to come to a game in 213 this year?
I would love to.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get an invite.
We'll get you in there. You'll definitely get an invite, and Tony's a ground floor guy. Wants to get in at the ground floor. You want to be there before it was cool to be there.
That's exactly right.
So,
which is every year.
I know. Will it ever be cool to be in Minges? One day.
I mean, it was cool during the Bill Harry
early 2000s.
Yeah, it was cool then.
Yeah.
Because those big teams would roll in and ECU would beat those big teams.
Yeah.
Louisville, Marquette.
Yep, those were.
There's been moments, right?
They're very fleeting.
They are.
But when that place is hot, though,
it's so much fun.
I feel like
so loud.
Yeah,
the energy.
The last time I think we had it was one of those top-ranked Wichita State came in here. Maybe
we were at that game.
We were. All of us were at that game, and it was packed and it was hot there. It was. It's a different environment, man. It really changes it for the team.
We'll get that this year when Memphis comes here, especially if they play like I think they are, because they have 2 of the top players in the country that joined that team, and they are already in the top 15-ish. So if they keep winning,
sure,
they could be a top 10 team.
And you get the marquee of Penny Hardaway.
Rashid.
Oh, my gosh, I forgot.
Larry Brown.
I don't really care about anything else with Memphis now, but yeah.
People are going to show up just to see Rashid
So after
Wallace.
the team, I'm gonna ask and see if we can get, instead of interviewing Penny after the game,
get Rashid.
I want to talk to Rashid. That's who I need to talk to.
16-0 St. Bonaventure run, folks. Let's go. Tony, did you cry?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, for real. I remember seeing not one of your tweets, but like another tweet was a Panther fan that said, it's just all caps, I can't feel my face. like it was just total joy.
So speaking of basketball, Tony, I was at Minji's. I got so fired up about the East UN Saturday. I was like, you know what? I got the Pirate pride flowing. I'm gonna go watch basketball during the NFL Sunday. Checking my phone for scores. See the Panthers are up 7-0. Click on how they did it. Cam Newton rushing touchdown. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then, what is Tony Dunn doing right at this moment?
And then there was the passing touchdown. I mean, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. I'm back.
The vibe.
I'm back.
I still don't understand why he got flagged for that.
He took his helmet off. Yeah. It's the rule.
Is that what it is? The helmet?
The Emmitt Smith rule.
Okay.
Emmitt Smith used to score, take his helmet off. I don't know why it's a flag.
They don't want to see you shine.
Yeah, it's all about the shield, the uniform, the star. It's not about the face, the person. So that's the flag.
So it was the helmet. Okay.
Yeah, can't take the helmet off.
Yeah, I felt like you know that GIF where it's like it's like one of these little Pikachu things or whatever, and the eye just wells up really big and slow. That's how kind of it felt when
the Michael Scott GIF where he's like smile crying like he's a proud dad. No, I'm happy for you, man. That's great, and kudos to Matt Rule and Joe Brady, right, for the way they worked them back in. Like, that was perfect, right?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed that, and really shout out to PJ Walker for playing well in that game, because PJ led this team down the field, looked pretty capable, made a couple of errors at times, and then they were able to call a much more diverse game plan, it felt like, than they had with Sam Darnold. It really felt like maybe Joe Brady was just distrustful of Sam. I mean, and obviously so. I mean, or we could see why. So, I mean, things kind of opened up naturally, even without Cam. And then they added Cam in this situationally. And it just comes out this is that I even heard this Greeny guy when I was driving here with the Cam slander.
Oh, I knew he was going to hit you. God. I was hoping you didn't hear it.
I know. I was like, what are you talking about? He was the only part of your offense. He was like, he didn't run like he used to. Shoot, he had like 800 rushing yards last year, man.
Relax.
On a bad team.
I know.
Tony,
by himself.
If your job was to just come back at Cam slander, it would be a full-time job. You would never get any sleep.
It's been like that the last 10 years.
The last weeks had to be pretty intense.
But he came in there and was able. I think he's the best person to ever run the run pass option.
Even more than like legends like Steve Young.
Yeah, because he's like a tight end. I mean,
and he does it, but he does it well. Like, he knows when to tuck it, he knows when to give it, and he holds it to the last second. There's not a lot of exchange problems, so I think that he's arguably the best to ever run that single play.
So you were talking about PJ Walker. I kind of like the concept of using PJ Walker as a pre-red zone quarterback.
And like then the 20s, 20 to 20.
20 to 20.
Then you bring in the
closer. Then you bring in the full quarterback, the big guy,
I think they should
run the RPO.
Yeah, and I think they should run Cam out as a wide receiver on a couple of plays like that. Where you get PJ throwing it to him.
Are you trying to do like
oh my God, Tony.
Are you trying to get like that? I always, when I think of that, I think of when they would put Julius Peppers in at wide receiver, after, like in the Steve Smith injury season.
Right. Well, hey, look, Cam's back. Look, Sunday, Bank of America is going to be rocking. And I tell you this, is that just 2 weeks ago, I would have expected to be completely burgundy. Yeah. And I was talking to a Washington football fan this week, and he said it's funny because Washington football fans don't show up to FedEx Stadium, but they'll show up at other stadiums.
Right. It's weird that way. And Bank of America is definitely one of those with all the old leftover Redskins fans around here.
So it's going to be loud. Taylor Heineke is going to have to be operating on the silent count pretty much, I'm guessing. And I think they're ready to... They said they're going to start Cam. They gave Cam a little bit more work last week than I even expected. He took a downfield shot, and he ran a couple of passing plays. So I think they're really going to be building this game plan around Cam Newton.
Well, we've gone about 10 minutes. We hadn't mentioned Christian McCaffrey's name. We probably should. He had 23 touches last week. He's back, and that is a huge factor to all this, too. I mean, the Cam story's great and all that, but healthy McCaffrey is what makes it all go, right?
And that is going to make it a lot easier for Cam.
Yeah.
Is that he is Christian McCaffrey still is the best running back in the league. The problem is he hasn't been on the field entirely or consistently. But he looked fantastic against Arizona. 2 of those touchdowns Cam even said it in his press conference, he was eating the leftover scraps that Christian McCaffrey gave him because McCaffrey got down to the 1 and the 2 yard line twice. I mean, he was running with purpose, and I mean, he looked excited. Everybody looked excited. Looked like a rejuvenated Carolina Panther team. Now, you were playing a hobbled Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, you can't overlook that, but hey, they dominated.
But they were not hobbled on defense.
Oh, I pointed this out to Chandler. Every time y'all play the Cardinals, they end up with some trash bag quarterback we've never heard of. That was a playoff game, and I think he said, was it Lindley?
Yeah, I think that's who it was.
I want to say
Ryan Lindley. John Skelton came to mind. Yeah.
Y'all never played the Cardinals' good players.
So I think it's all payback for the Dale Holm interception game against the Cardinals.
Oh, that's right.
What, the 6? There were 6 of them.
That was a playoff game on a Saturday night. I remember that.
That is that's one of those things where it's the Thanos, what did it cost? Everything moment.
You're right. I bet a lot of Panthers fans, when they think Cardinals, go right to that
That's
moment.
where I go.
For some reason, I think about like the awful playoff game at Bank of America where y'all blew them, dominated after that DeLone game. So
that would have been, was that the 2014 season, I think. That's where we went 7-8-1. Ron Rivera, backed in like a wild card.
And
we won the division. Yeah, we hosted them, but I think Colin Kaepernick was hurt. That's why. Not Colin Kaepernick. Who was their starter?
Alex Palmer.
No.
Oh yeah, it would have been Carson Palmer. Because then next year, 2015. That's Cardinals. The time I think about it is smoking them in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, they were actually good that year too, right?
Yeah.
All right, Tony Dunn here, hanging out in the Pirate Radio studios. What's been there's so much Cam stuff going on for good reason and excitement now. How much Rivera talk has there been this week, Tony?
I think there's been a good amount. In fact, Cam's been trying to temper that storyline of them going head-to-head against each other. And people have asked, does Ron Rivera have a file on Cam Newton, how to defend him? Ron Rivera is this game means a lot to him. And I think it means more to him than it probably should. Like, he is kind of irritated by the way things ended. Yeah, things ended in Carolina. I listened to I did a reaction video to his press conference where he calls Charlotte media. They do the conference call. And he really just did not have a lot of great things to say about Cam. It was like he was like searching.
I saw a quote that was kind of like,
they asked him like, what was like some of your most important moments? I mean, we're talking about a guy that took you to the Super Bowl, MVP season, saved your job maybe 2 or 3 times, allowed you to play a game like a game plan that kind of doesn't work in the NFL anymore, which is defense heavy, run heavy, not build on invest anything in the offensive line or on the offense in general. So like Cam they were married together for a long time. And he goes, like, he had to go back all the way to when they were deciding if they were going to pick him. And he was just like, I just remember thinking, man, this kid had a good family. And I was like, what are you talking, like he would, like, didn't expect him to be a good person.
Maybe you're reading too much into it. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
I think he probably just didn't want to talk about it.
Okay. I just feel like it seems like this is that he has a little bit of, like, I want to show you that my success wasn't because of Cam.
Well, Cam is a very look at me guy, and maybe Rivera doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't like that.
He sure liked it when he was winning.
Yeah, that's true.
And he was Riverboat Ron in the center of the city.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that Ron, and I think also poor Ron at this point, I think he's just fatigued for having to be the whipping boy for every organization that has gone bad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel sorry for him at times. You remember when Greg Hardy went on the commissioner's non-exempt list when the NFL used to care about domestic violence. By the way, how the NFL is awesome. They do everything for optics, and then once it's out of fashion, they don't care about it anymore. You can beat girls and beat wives now and go play on Sunday. If you were even thought of being associated with that in 2013, 2014, boom, gone for the whole year. On top of that, then the concussions last year or 2 years ago with the concussions, and when it was all in the news, they were doing the settlements. Anytime a player looked like they got hit hard,
2 weeks.
Done. Yeah. And now nobody gets hurt. Right. So, I mean, look, and then Ron Rivera has had to go out there. It's funny. I mean, he did that with the Richardson. The poor guy had to go up and take all of it, and Richardson was absent.
Maybe he's too good of a guy. Every time you need a fan base to relax or things to have good optics, bring in Rivera.
He's like Mr. Wolf.
Sit him up there.
He's a cleaner. Yeah. I kind of think you should get to retire almost in the sense that just go be like the DC for Pittsburgh or something.
Just get him out of the limelight spotlight.
Yeah, just go not have
poor
to
guy's
deal with
gonna
the
have
problems.
a heart attack.
Right, dealing with, and we had. I mean,
he went
from a bad organization to Dan Snyder.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the wrong spot.
Oh, man, they brought him in for that stability. I mean, immediately
they brought him in to be a target.
Yeah, with the name.
And they were like, "Hey, you can name the team." They started just giving him other responsibilities and duties.
It feels so wrong because it feels like they looked at him and were like, "You kind of look like an Indian." So
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's a Dan Snyder thing.
Yeah. Bring in this guy.
I'm not saying that from my perspective. I'm saying that from Dan Snyder's perspective.
Awesome.
Sometimes you got to get into the mind. What would Dan Snyder think?
You got to think about those emails.
It's such a mess there. I was asking some fans about this. It's like, what's going on with the RV, the Ryan Vermillion, he got raided by the Fed.
Oh, yeah.
And it seemed like this was going to be a crazy storyline, and then all of a sudden it just buried.
No discovery, boss.
And they said this, is that it's just because there's always a story of disaster that trumps the next one.
There is.
So, it was the Sean Taylor, 2 days later, they botched the Sean Taylor thing, and that over. And so they actually, their PR style is to make a story go away. They create a new disaster that overshadows the previous disaster.
Genius. Yeah. How do we make this go away? Come up with something even more outrageous. That's right.
They even enlisted Jackson Mahomes to come in and dance on the Sean Taylor.
Dance right here.
On the Sean Taylor Memorial.
All right. Let's take a break. Cat Chronicle, Redbeard says Tony should stick to fighting actual Cam slander instead of making up additional Cam slander. By the way, I realized this on Sunday. I got a lot of my NFL updates and scores via Twitter. The only person that tweets more about Cam Newton than Tony Dunn is Redbeard. Dude is obsessed.
It's kind of with the Panthers. He has a fixation.
He has an addiction to bashing the Panthers, and he can't be helped.
It's all right.
He also has an addiction to bad football because he's a Bengals fan.
He's kind of just does this on everything.
Yeah, that's kind of his deal.
This time of the year, it's focused in on this. NASCAR, he'll focus in on that.
He probably hates Thanksgiving.
Redbeard, I just want to say I love your hate. Keep your hate coming because I love it. We will take a time out, come back. Speaking of hate, I hate our picks. We stink. We don't know anything about football, but we're going to make picks when we return after this.
Tommy's Express Car Wash is the car wash Greenville is talking about. At the corner of Red Banks Road and Greenville Boulevard, this state-of-the-art wash will keep your car looking great. And now Tommy's has just launched its new 2.0 Tommy's Express app. And anyone who downloads the app now will receive 30 free days of washing with their top-of-the-line wash, the Works Wash. Download the Tommy's Express app now by going to your app store or visit them on location, open 7 days a week at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road.
Eastern North Carolina's choice for window tinting, signs, graphics, wraps, graphic design, and more is Signs and Tint. Signs and Tint is family owned and operated right here in Greenville, and their NC licensed electricians specialize in vehicle wraps, paint protection film, and more. They can even do building signs for your business. Signs and Tint offers 10% off for military and first responders. Also, make sure to mention Pirate Radio at checkout for a discount. Stop by their office today at 801 Staten Road or visit them online at signsandtint.com.
Pirate fans, celebrate Purple Friday Thanksgiving weekend with two great deals. Our weekend holiday family sale for $60 gets you 4 football tickets for the Cincinnati game Friday, 4 men's basketball tickets for the Coppin State game Saturday, and 4 women's basketball tickets for the Campbell game on Sunday. And for just $20 more, our weekend holiday family feast sale feeds your Pirate crew with 4 hot dogs and 4 regular fountain drinks. It's a big weekend for the Pirate Nation, and it all starts with Purple Friday at East Carolina.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Cadillac. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac CT5 lease at $489 a month, 10,000 miles a year for 36 months for qualified buyers. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
This year, U.S. Cellular is making a big deal out of the holidays. You can choose any phone from any brand free. That's right, any phone you see in our store is free. And get unlimited data for our best price of the season. Just $30 a month per line with 4 lines. Feel the locally grown joy from U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Limited time offer. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Ahlers, and I couldn't do my job without my offensive line keeping me safe. Make sure your employees are safe by using ArcPoint Labs for your medical testing needs. From pre-employment testing to COVID test, ArcPoint Labs is there to serve Eastern North Carolina with accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Schedule an appointment at any of their 6 Eastern North Carolina locations or visiting them online at arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Hey, Troy D here for my friends at Villa Verde. If you know me, you know I love being outside, but finding a good place to eat outside can sometimes be tough. Well, our pals at Villa Verde have fixed that. Not only does Villa Verde have awesome, unique, one-of-a-kind dishes here in Greenville, they also have a brand new outside dining area. And this outside area is sweet. It's covered, you're in the shade, and cooling fans are on. Enjoy the comfort and relaxation of dining outside with our friends at Villa Verde. Villa Verde on 10th Street, a platform for good.
This is ECU assistant football coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Jersey Mike's is open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. You can order in the store, or you can go online through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you. Bonnie's win, 3-point victory over Clemson today.
They did?
And Charleston, came back and won.
Wow, because they did not look good in the first half.
Coming up next on ESPN 2, Oklahoma, Indiana State. But I think that game doesn't start till 5 o'clock. So that'll be in Myrtle Beach. We saw Oklahoma beat East Carolina last night by 5. in a pretty good game. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out on the watch-along. Had a lot of fun with that. Pirates back at it tonight, 7:30 against Old Dominion. We'll talk about that one more with Morgan Ahlers coming up later on. Week 11 of the NFL. Man,
we're hitting the point clip where it's like getting kind of sad because
it is
close to the end.
It is.
It's so fun. I feel like we go through this every year too, where we get the anticipation of the season coming, and then it's so much football, so much excitement, and then it's like a vacation. When you're on a vacation, you hit that tipping point where you start counting how many days are left. Right?
Yeah.
Is that, oh God, there's only 2 more. I got to go back to work in 2 days.
Yep.
I think
if it's a 5-day vacation, like you're on the 3rd day.
Yes.
We got 1 day left, and then there's a travel day, and then it's
yes,
back to
exactly.
life.
You're already counting it. So I wonder what that number is for the NFL. Is it week 11?
It's Thanksgiving.
Do you?
You're
I
right.
think that's like the break for me. Like, it almost feels like we go right into postseason football afterwards, which we kind of do.
How when you become a dad, like you make that transition from not paying for the trip and just enjoying it to having to like oversee the whole thing.
Yeah.
So like I'll start like 2 days out being like, all right, you want to go and start packing up your suitcase?
Right.
You still got more
Like
time.
if you got the condo, you got to like take the trash out.
Everything
Right, you got to get things cleaned. You got to make sure the
we
floors
still
are
got
right.
2 nights left. I know, but
we should do a Progressive commercial.
I know.
Where it's like,
Becoming
don't
our
be a
parents.
dad. Yeah, which those commercials are great, by the way.
They are.
They hit home.
Funny because it's
Can
true.
we stop talking about parking?
All right, boy, last night.
Nothing to watch there.
I took the Patriots because that is the only thing I can count on at this point. Pats are good.
That defense is
smothering.
It is like a python. It just chokes teams out.
Run game, and then there's a lot of Mac Jones talk. Is he the real deal and all that? I mean, he does
enough to win.
He's in a fantastic spot. Patriots had Harris and Stevenson go for 50-plus yards. So they run the ball. They play defense. Mac was 22 of 26 for 207 yards. I mean, that's
a high-volume game for him, too. I mean, at this point, is that even last week where he threw 3 touchdowns, he still only threw the ball like 18 times or something like that.
He's
it's like
Trent Dilfer-ish.
It's I hate to use the Tom Brady comparison, but this is very similar to how Tom Brady entered the NFL. I'm not saying he's going to be on the trajectory to become how good Tom Brady became, but in the beginning, Tom Brady was on a team that had good defenses, right? And that they weren't explosive. He just moved the ball and didn't make a lot of mistakes. And
outside of Randy Moss, did they ever? Well, Gronk was a freak. So those 2 guys, but they never.
It was really late career Brady that he had. He was explosive because
they never had those guys.
They were playing corners at wide receiver.
Deion Branch and Troy Brown, just kind of like.
But they would also have good. There was always some receiver on the Patriots that would be great for fantasy.
The slot guys, Welker and Edelman and those guys.
But even then, that was late Brady. That was not early Brady.
Right. I'm trying to think of. Now they did have when they had the 2 tight ends. They were pretty good then.
Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it was around 2008 when they had Randy Moss that it started to become like a let Brady go out there and win the game for us. And then he did become that. He really became, and to where he's going to find a way to manufacture this win regardless. But it's always been about, or in the beginning, it was about running the ball and playing good defense. And look, Bill Belichick is like one of the greatest defensive coaches in the history of football. So this is not surprising. Mac Jones, you probably, anytime you put a rookie quarterback in, the Patriots have to be the most ideal situation. Stability at the coaching staff. They had a lot of people come back from the COVID stuff. So, yeah, they're a good team right now.
Owner that's not in your business.
Yeah. So, they're a good team. And like you said, there might be an argument that they're like the best team in the AFC, well, second best team in the AFC.
It depends on what you think about the Chiefs.
Titans.
Like, are the Chiefs going to eventually turn it up? Because I'm sorry, Chad. I mean, do you trust the Titans in a home playoff game against the Chiefs or the Patriots?
I'm starting to.
Yeah, and we should.
Right?
We should at this point.
It's becoming one of those
viewing theory stuff.
I know it just doesn't feel right because of no Derrick Henry.
It's Ewing theory, but they made going off Ewing theory, they made the finals.
Yeah, they win. So I mean, right now, how about this? Who they playing this week? Because I'm probably going to take them to win.
Titans play the Texans.
You're definitely taking the Titans.
They're going to win again.
Great stat too. And we'll wrap up the Patriots here. But Jacoby Myers, former NC State receiver, is I guess technically their number one. Has 139 career catches. Did you see he had his first touchdown catch last week, of his career? And the team mobbed him. It was a storyline up there.
Yeah,
we don't talk about it.
Bizarre stat.
But the guy has had his catches 26, 59, has 54 this year, 139 career catches. Finally had his first touchdown last week.
He's like a Panther at heart.
He's a between the 20s receiver.
Yeah.
He's a
future Panther, Jacoby Myers,
or Washington footballer. That's something that you guys would happen on your team.
Terry McLaurin's great.
He is.
All right, let's get to the picks. Last week,
can we talk about how bad we are real quick?
Yeah.
Like you always say, this is not against the spread.
This is straight up.
Just straight up. But while we are bad, first Vegas has to be making a fortune right now this season. But the NFL is bad or good. It's the parity is. You look at it. There's nobody that is good in the league. Like if you look at all the teams, they're almost all middle of the
I
road.
saw some ridiculous thing earlier. There was 16 teams are within 2 games of a playoff spot.
Right.
Well, would you rather have it with one super team, 2 great teams, or would you rather have it like this year where I don't even know if we have a great team?
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer this because I
kind of like it like this.
In some ways, I do, but also if you look at our picks, we have no idea what's going on. It's really just like each week is a complete coin flip for half of the games.
And at some point too, can we get the NFL to move up the flex date earlier? Because these primetime games, Steelers, Chargers, and Giants, Buccaneers.
You got to start
I'm off the Chargers, man.
I kind of think you start the flex games maybe mid-October almost.
Yeah.
Why don't they just
6
do them
games
all
into
the time?
season?
Yeah, I mean,
you should know.
Look, we're sending these teams to London and Mexico and all these other places. Why not add one more hurdle for them to climb and not let them know what their schedule is until midweek? I mean,
maybe we shouldn't just release the schedule until the week before each game.
I saw somebody tweet something like that. I don't know if it was college football, NFL. I don't remember what it was, but make it like wrestling where you have a mystery opponent. You don't know who you're going to play.
Randomized opponents. So it's like you go up to the PlayStation and you pick.
The home crowd is there chanting at Bank of America, and their team comes on the field, and you don't know, and then the Bucks run out. You're like, oh, let's go.
How about this? It would be awesome for your tickets because you would pay the same price for whatever the matchup is, and then you'd be hoping that you get the good game.
You'd be hoping for Tom Brady, and then all of a sudden Justin Fields comes out.
Yeah. Damn, I overpaid for this ticket.
Gosh.
All right, let's get to the picks. Washington at Carolina. Somewhat of a, I guess it's a fair line. Is it still? Yeah, 3.5.
Still 3.5?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it hasn't moved a little to 4.
Me too. Maybe it will by kickoff.
The excitement of, I feel like Carolina fans are just going to be betting Carolina hard here. And I do think that this would be a bet I would place here. I think we win by more than 3.
What if it goes south, Tony? Have you thought about it? Because I've thought about it.
Okay. What do you think? What is the story if it goes south?
I don't know about starting him. I don't know about giving him 100% of the snaps.
It's almost like creating too much pressure for him.
I just really like the packages last week where you had the PJ Walker mixed in between the 20s. I really like that style.
If that works so well, are you surprised they are going away from it and starting camp?
No, because I think the rotating quarterback thing is too complicated.
If you don't have one quarterback, you have no quarterback.
Yeah, and like how do you get in a rhythm?
Right.
And one missed pass, are you carting the guy off and putting the other guy in because of that? It just creates like an unnatural feel. And then
tension.
And then watching Cam and it's clear why, and I'm sorry people who just talk about Cam all day, is that you see why teams didn't go and get Cam, because his presence on the sideline, just in that Cardinals game with him with his helmet on, and he's 6'6" and looking fantastic over there. It's just kind of hard to be like, why isn't that guy playing?
it kind of only works for his last chance to be here.
Yeah. So I don't think it goes south. If it does go south, I would think I want to know why. Is it because the defense let them run the ball? Is it because of turnovers created by Cam?
I mean, that's when I say south, I'm speaking directly
like Cam screws up.
Like fumbles, interceptions, if that happens, what do you do the next week? Like you're paying the guy $10 million for what's remaining of the season.
It's pretty awesome.
Washington just beat the Bucs.
They did. And the Bucs what do you think about that? What does that mean for that team, right?
I think Tom Brady hates FedEx Field and doesn't like to play there.
It means zero.
Means zero.
He's had two bad games in a row there.
I think that Ron Rivera, Tony, that guys love playing for him, right? Like, they're not going to quit.
And he's never lost a locker room.
He also, every time he's been on the freaking hot seat, we've talked about this over the years.
They start winning.
They win.
They win in November and December.
When it's too late.
Yeah.
I'll take the Panthers.
Me too. I think... the over-under in this is 43.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to think of a scenario where it goes over because 43 is so low.
You thinking like 20 to 13 or 20?
Yeah.
2017, something like that.
I mean, I just think it's an under game. Even if one team plays really well, it could be 27-13 and still under.
Cam could have a 300-yard day and it still be 21-17.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, who are you taking?
Panthers.
Oh, Panthers, yeah. Without a doubt.
Colts at Bills. I will take the Bills.
Bills as well. What happened to the Bills last week? I also feel
they
like
beat a bad team. They play a bad team every week, it seems like. They beat the Jets.
I also think that, and they were coming off of a loss.
They were coming off an ugly game against
they
Jags.
Just smoked them.
45-17 last week.
I just want to know. I just hope that when the Panthers play the Bills later in the season, they're not coming off a loss because coming off a loss. They're guys, a monster. They are.
By the way, speaking of the Jets, you know who's starting for them this week?
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is back. Ravens at Bears. Ravens. You remember what happened to them last week? Because it was last Thursday. And they laid an absolute giant egg in Miami against the Dolphins.
Yeah, this is, again, are we really bad at picking, or is this just kind of crazy in the NFL? Like, the Ravens are not supposed to lose to the Dolphins this year.
Especially get dominated by them.
But what Thursday night game?
And when I saw the score, I was like, oh, man, it's all right. Lamar's just going to win in fourth quarter.
Exactly. Exactly. I did too. I will take the Ravens on the road to bounce back.
Oh, yeah, I am as well.
Same.
Okay. Lions at Browns. Shout out to the Lions, Tony. I've done it before. I picked ties. I know there's going to be a tie every year. Steelers-Lions tie was not on my radar, so my tie-dar.
Those poor guys, even they can't win to save their lives. Like, they are trying so hard to win or not to win, it seems like. The Browns, didn't they get smoked last week?
And then the week before, though, they had a pretty good... Baker was pretty solid.
Yeah.
So wait. The Browns...
They got beat up by the Patriots last week.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
the week before, they smoked the Bengals.
Yes. Yeah. I'm taking the Browns. I'm not picking the Lions anymore this season. I've tried to hit that game.
I like Dan Campbell. Like, I would...
They seem to like him, too, but they also don't like winning.
But what do they have to win with?
They can't.
Jared Goff and no wide receivers.
I know. DeAndre Saint, whatever his name is.
I mean, they've got T.J. Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift, and that's it.
I kind of love the Lions to beat the Bears on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I like them to be, and we're not picking that game, so I can come out here and say it right now.
Why not?
Because we're not gonna pick games those games.
Oh, we'll just text. I'll text you.
I think we need to do it online.
I'll take the Lions in that. Let me check something real quick. How do I see this team's roster? I heard that Dan Campbell, was he a player on the Lions 0-16 team?
No way.
I'm pretty sure. I heard that.
Why would you do that?
Why would who do what?
Why would you hire somebody from the 0-16
to coach the team?
He's got 0-16 stank on him. You can't get that off.
Oh no, he was a member of the 08 Lions.
Man, bad decision.
It was PFT talking about it because he said he wants to make sure that his team has the only like super winless season, 0-16. Or no, he was saying this year the Lions can go 0-16-1 because they're 17 games now.
Yeah.
Right. So they
he could still be on an 0-16 team, even though.
I like Glenn saying, "Why would you do that? Why would you hire this guy?"
I mean, I would think immediately, like I just wouldn't do it for that reason.
What if they fired him at the end of the year and they cited that he did not list it on his resume? It's on this team.
It's in their record books, though.
He claimed he played on our 3-13 team, not our 0-16 team. We're all taking the Titans versus the Texans.
Correct.
Packers at Vikings.
I hate the Vikings, man.
Tony, I think it's time for you to jump back on the Vikings train. They beat the Chargers last week.
Or is that just the Chargers?
No, it is. Yeah. It is.
I mean, I'm off the Chargers train as well.
This is 1 o'clock, though. Kirk Cousins can win a 1 o'clock game at home against Green Bay.
Man, I hate Kirk Cousins.
Well, you can't beat the Aaron Rodgers, though, man. He's like
I don't know why. Okay, I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm taking the Packers.
This is a gut feel thing.
Okay.
Packers.
I've lost on the Vikings too much this year.
I know.
They're almost lionish.
Yeah.
Dolphins at Jets. What an awful game.
Could they flex this to another country? Gosh. To
another sport. I would rather watch the Dolphins and Jets play basketball against one another.
That's actually
Tua at point guard. Like that
would take the Dolphins, I guess. I don't know. Why would you take the Jets?
Why would you take the Dolphins?
I know it's so terrible.
You got to take the Dolphins.
Joe Flacco. I'm taking Flacco.
Joe Flacco is like 48.
I'm taking Flacco. I'm taking the Jets.
In his last season with the Ravens, which was like 5 years ago too, by the way, he was so bad. I saw him try to throw this deep ball, and first it didn't go but 20 yards, and I swear it landed in the stands. Like he threw it to the side, in the row one.
Ask Igo about a Flacco deep ball in the playoffs because he beat his Broncos that way one year. Joe Flacco, we forget.
He was elite.
Like hosting sports trivia, there's certain things that have like jumped out to me doing research over the years, but Flacco and Ravens are the answers to a lot of postseason NFL trivia questions, like especially road wins.
They had a run.
They would always win on the road and stuff like that. I'm taking the Joe Flacco resurrection. I'll take the Jets. Glenn, Dolphins, Jets.
Dolphins.
Did you guys hear what did I've been dying to know what's when I say dying, I haven't Googled it. Rex Ryan talking about Salah. What did he say? Just curious.
Rex Ryan said, once again, I go back to PFT. I heard him say this. It was like, Rex Ryan was not being talked about enough. So Rex Ryan said, I don't ever want to be compared to this Salah guy, which nobody was doing anyway. Yeah. So, and then they asked Robert Saleh about it, and he was like, yeah, that guy's always got something to say. I've never talked to him. If he wants to find me, he knows where I am.
And I would say
that's how you got to handle it.
I look like Robert Saleh could beat some tail too. By the way, I wouldn't want to mess with him.
I would not want to tangle.
And but Rex Ryan, he said that the Jets were gutless. They don't play hard. He had all this stuff to say.
You could say that Rex Ryan put his foot in his mouth.
Oh, nice.
Or somebody else's.
Rex Ryan also is the guy that's like the drunk old white man at the bar that thinks he can fight and gets smoked by Robert Saleh.
How many bar fights do you think the Ryan boys have been in over the years?
How many times have they gotten there whooped?
You know what? I want to get mad on a Friday. I'm going to see if Rob Ryan's employed. Because if he is, I'm going to lose my mind.
The next game,
I hope he's a D-line coach somewhere.
So who's go? You picked the Jets? Is that who you picked? I picked the Dolphins. Who'd you pick?
How did the Ravens lose to the Dolphins? Have Rob Ryan as your linebackers coach.
Told you.
He sucks everywhere he goes. It is the most maddening thing ever. I looked it up when he was a Washington assistant. This guy's track record sucks.
It's like you're Bruce
Allen. He sucks. These guys suck. And they keep making all this money, getting all these jobs, and they're awful at it.
I like how Clip said he hasn't watched the Redskins for the last few weeks. First, I don't believe it at all.
Okay, you don't.
He
have
was
to
in
believe
Midgie's
me.
on Sunday.
I don't care if you believe me. I know what I do.
More than one game you haven't watched.
Who they play? They had a bye week. Who'd they play before that? lost to somebody. I don't know. Yeah, I hadn't watched it, Tony. I'm
just
honest.
curious because I felt like it's like a sadism thing to be a Washington football fan. Like you don't want to watch it. I'm not going to watch it, and then you peek at it.
It's sad because I didn't even feel anything when I saw that they won the game. I'm being dead honest with you. I
believe you.
And it upsets me that it's like that. But that's what they've done to me. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We got more picks to make, including Saints-Eagles. That's all of a sudden a big game for both teams. Cowboys-Chiefs is a great game in the 4:25 window. And more when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
On Saturdays, your team needs you, your sofa needs you, and you need a Jersey Mike's sub. Get it all with free Saturday delivery when you order through the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. This Saturday, while you watch the game at home, we're watching the grill at Jersey Mike's. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery on Saturdays, unless you're going to miss hearing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri, 63118.
Another awesome dining experience is coming soon to Uptown Greenville. The Sidebar, a Tex-Mex fusion restaurant, will offer lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. Located at 707 Dickinson Avenue, right beside the DAP House, the Sidebar will have indoor dining and patio seating for everyone to enjoy. For the latest information on the grand opening, menu items, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
Are you suffering from anxiety, sleep issues, or chronic pain? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden of Greenville is your premium CBD provider in eastern North Carolina. Find yourself experiencing increased aches and pains as the cooler months roll in? Hemp Garden offers an assortment of pain-relieving topicals, including lotions, creams, and muscle rubs. Visit Hemp Garden to speak with a CBD specialist in a relaxed and welcoming environment today. Exclusive discounts are offered to first-time customers. Hemp Garden, located at 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
They say time heals all wounds. Unless it's your home air conditioner. If your AC looks bad or sounds even worse, time is not on your side. But there is hope. Delcor is looking for the oldest working home AC system in eastern North Carolina. The winner will get a brand new trade unit valued at over $5,000. Go to DelcorInc.com by December 15th to submit your entry. Brought to you by Delcor, the service professionals and train. It's hard to stop a train.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Kyle Gaines from Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Not only will you feature a great selection of pre-owned inventory for sale, but we'll also buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one from us. Drive a little, save a lot. Give us a call and make a short trip to Washington and let us buy your vehicle today. It is totally worth it. We also service all makes and models at our state-of-the-art service department. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram between Greenville and Washington, and WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Hi, this is Morgan Ahlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Save lives, be a hero, and make $700 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive. Make up to $700 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is Clip Rock.
All right, we are looking at the NFL slate of games for this week 11 and making some selections. Tony Dunn, Clip Rock, the big dog, Glenn Griffin here, Shirley Rhodes. And Tony, here we go again with the Eagles. I said this a couple weeks ago, and I'm just going to stick with the trend. The Philadelphia Eagles have had an okay year. I mean, they're 4-6, not great. But before we went to break, or maybe during the break, you said you like what Jalen Hurts is doing right now. Good win on the road at Denver, 30-13. And they also won on the road at Detroit, and on the road
against Carolina, and
on the road in Atlanta, and that's 4, which means they are 0 at home. And every home game has been a pretty big one. They could have got to 2-0 against the Niners, they lost. Marquee game against the Chiefs, they lost. Bucks at home, coming off a win, they lost. Chargers at home. Are the Eagles for real? They lost.
I know.
Here we go again. Saints at home.
They lost.
They're going to lose. Give me the Saints.
I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay. What? Now, I'm only doing it because of the trend, but what are the Saints right now? Is it Trevor Siemian?
Yeah, I think that's what they've been rolling with.
Is Kamara playing?
Don't know about that yet.
Yeah, I mean, they are...
But they still, actually, they refuse to lay down and roll over. I mean, like, Sean Payton is a good coach.
Out, by the way.
Is he?
Remember when the Saints were looked at as like a soft, like, offensive team? They couldn't stop anybody. Like, they've kind of shifted everything, right?
Now they got a strong defense, good offensive line.
They bring Ingram back. They're a run-first team now.
And he is running with purpose. This guy was mad that we forgot about him.
Yeah. Sure. So, I like this game. As far as the slate of games, this is an important one in November. So I'm looking. It could be an ugly game, but Saints, Eagles. Who you got, Glenn?
Eagles, just because they're at home. I think.
Did you listen to what
Saints said? Eagles. I just read it.
Yeah,
they are at home.
You didn't.
He didn't listen.
You didn't hear my whole speech.
No, I did not.
They haven't won at home yet this year.
Every opportunity they've had at home, they have lost.
But it's eventually got to flip, right? And go the other way.
All right. It was just funny because I did that entire build-up, and you said, I'll take the Eagles because they're at home.
You said it like I had missed that you said that you had this. Then reversed on the
very
sheet.
Funny.
No. All right.
I'm picking the Eagles because I want everybody in the NFC South to continue to lose. Everybody but the Panthers lost last week. How awesome is that?
Not a bad trend there. All right. I might hate this game more than I hate Dolphins Jets. 49ers at Jaguars. I took the Rams on Monday Night Football and went to sleep at like 8:30 and woke up and saw they got pounded.
Yeah.
What in the world was that?
Almost like by themselves. You know, like
that's what happens to them, though.
You know what happens to them? Matt Stafford returns to his Lions days sometimes.
Yeah, it's like ugly.
He's got
bad things
games.
happen, like bad habits come out, and it's gross.
Well, and then the other thing is that I think they put so much pressure on themselves to win this year, and that's what, like
they are all in.
Like they are all in, and they're not going to have a draft pick for like 20 years going forward. It's crazy.
Here's OBJ. You got 2 days to make him your number 1 wide receiver because your
Robert
other
Woods goes down.
Bobby Woods goes out.
Cooper Kupp's the number 1.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Does anybody really want to take the Jaguars here, though?
Nah.
I'll
take
I'm going to take the 49ers. I think maybe that we gave up on them too quickly.
Perhaps. Glenn? Take Irvin.
I'll take the Jags.
Nice.
All right. Well, who's got the better quarterback in this game? Jaguars or Niners?
Jaguars.
Probably.
Home crowd. of drunk
Still
people from
yet to be
Duval
seen.
County. I mean, I'll take that.
This one's tough. Bengals at Raiders.
Yeah, I don't like either of these teams right now because I can't figure out what week they're going to win.
Bengals were coming off a bye, right? So I'm going to just take the team coming off a bye. And the Raiders got beat by the Chiefs last week. That might... I don't like Mike Florio, but he made a great point before the Raiders and Chiefs game. He said the Chiefs kind of took off the first half of the year and said, all right, AFC West, we're gonna let you win this year. Go take it. It's all yours. And the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Broncos denied.
Yeah.
They said, no, thank you. You can have it. Chiefs rolled the other night, and now they're about to take control of that division.
Maybe.
Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bengals too.
Glenn.
I'm thinking about it.
I can't get it right,
I
man.
can't get the Bengals right. I mean,
There's
that's
no
the
right
issue.
or wrong answer.
The same
for this
with
game.
the Raiders though last weekend. I thought that I was going to get them at home and an upset over the Chiefs.
I had it too.
And
They're just scrappy enough to make you question. Give me the Bengals.
I suck picking the Chiefs, by the way. Next game, Cowboys and Chiefs.
I'm picking the Cowboys.
We just saw, Tony, that Amari Cooper is out.
Yes. But they got CeeDee Lamb. They got a good run game. They got Dak.
I picked the Chiefs so many times where they sucked this year.
And the Cowboys mauled last week.
I think the Cowboys are the best team in football right now.
Yeah, they had that weird one against Denver. Is that just kind of a throwaway?
Yeah.
Like
Dak was not right that game, so they were off.
I'm an idiot. I'll take the Chiefs. Whatever.
Is Kyler coming back this week?
I don't know.
For the Cardinals? I'm looking on to the next game.
I know Hopkins is out. I will take the Cowboys because, like my man, I believe that they are the best team in football currently.
All right. Cardinals and Seahawks. Kyler Murray.
That's what this is the question here, is if Kyler Murray plays, the Cardinals win. If he doesn't play, they still may win. I think the Seahawks are bad, man.
I think the Seahawks are dysfunctional.
Yeah, like how are they this
worse
bad?
than bad?
Yeah. And then what is up? Is DK Metcalf a nutcase? Is he a head case?
He's yeah.
He ain't punched somebody last week or something like that?
He did that, and then he tried to come back into the game after being thrown out.
I don't want to tell a story, but you remember my high school girlfriend?
Yes.
I don't know what I was in the wrong, but and I wasn't even really going to fight him, but I got into it with her brother at a now it's the Buccaneer Music Hall. I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was
live
called.
or something.
Yeah, I think even before that. And I got kicked out, and 15 minutes later, I was like, "All right, guys, I'm good now," and came back in. And they're like, "No, if you get kicked out, you can't go back in." I'm like, "Yeah, but I know the guy. It was a thing. We're fine now." And they're like, "You don't understand. You are kicked out." I was like, "All right, cool. I'm just gonna go back in."
I cooled off, man. I'm fine.
DK Metcalf tried to pull a me, and it doesn't work.
I'm picking the Cardinals on the road. That's awesome. I'm good now.
No, you don't understand. I'm good now. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks at home. You guys are trashing them. I'm taking the Seahawks.
I think it's the end of the Pete Carroll era.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I mean, I just the way it's trending. I mean, things are dysfunctional. Russ is not right. DK Metcalf is wild.
I read a weird stat that Jamal Adams only has 3 interceptions in his whole career, and how did he get paid so much?
He's a linebacker that they put back there at safety.
It's crazy.
You take the Cardinals?
Yes.
Steelers at Chargers.
I'm sick of the Chargers. Like, how are they not better?
I'll take the under.
It's not like 24,
and it's not the quarterback's fault.
Their defense isn't playing very well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't put it on her.
I'm gonna take the Chargers because Ben is just.
Has Ben playing? I mean, Rudolph played last week.
Did he?
Yeah, it's Rudolph.
Wow, actually, they might be better with Rudolph.
They're not.
Rudolph is not good.
They're not.
I'm gonna take the Chargers.
They're QB shopping.
I'm taking the Chargers, and I hate this game. I hope there's something else to do Sunday night, Glenn.
What do you think? Wouldn't Russell Wilson be good in Pittsburgh?
Ooh,
yeah,
I kind of like it.
You know, he seems like that kind of team player too, a little bit.
Yeah,
and he's got more tread on the tire left than other.
And him and Mike Tomlin can just have a cliche off where they all just say cliches over and over again.
Yeah,
like it seems like Russ would do that versus like saying. Taking the two later career quarterbacks that could move. Aaron Rodgers is not going to do that.
I like the Russ fit for Pittsburgh more than Rodgers.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I don't think Rodgers' personality fits.
Oh, I think Rodgers he could be done.
And I don't think
he could ride off into the sunset.
And Ben was great, Hall of Famer, but he was never like a star or like a. Now he might be a diva and all that, but he never seemed like a look at me guy. I don't know. I don't know.
He was.
Rodgers
he was partying. That boy was
Rodgers doesn't fit in with the Steel City persona and all that.
Not at all.
Then again, which is why he's out of Green Bay, because he's like Mully always says, he's not. This is the most anti-Green Bay quarterback in the league right now.
He's going to stay in Green Bay. Green Bay's going to keep him.
I don't think so. I think they do
what if they get rid of everybody, everybody, and just keep Rodgers?
That could happen.
And he keeps Devontae Adams and
Same thing could happen in Seattle. They could clean house and then keep Russ.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to go to the Steelers because that's the one. Mike Tomlin is the one guy that he was probably scared of. You know, like he couldn't behave that way.
Yeah,
like he could not, because Mike Tomlin might just choke you out.
Yeah, but I feel like at this point, Rodgers knows he could get away with anything with any coach.
I'm calling it now. Russell Wilson to the Steelers.
I love that pick.
I want Rodgers to go to the Patriots. I know they have a quarterback, but just to see if he can out bitch Belichick. Like he's the one that made Belichick quit. That would be awesome.
You just put the two most miserable people in the NFL together,
and they just everything is gray and depressing.
But it would be cool though, because if they went and won a championship, he's like pulling a Brady because he's going and doing it somewhere else, and Belichick is also getting a little jab at Tom Brady for leaving.
Mm-hmm. Steelers Chargers. Who'd you take, Lynn?
The PlayStation that I'm going to be playing instead of watching that game. I will take the Chargers.
Giants and Bucks. I'll take the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks are the Bucks. I think the loss to Washington is reminiscent of their
last year.
There was a game around week 8 that they lost, and then they came out.
They won everything,
and they won everything since then.
Wake up game.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, good stuff, man. Check out the C3 podcast, but so much more. The post-game show, you guys are putting out a ton of content.
Man, we've been growing a lot. We just hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Our post-game shows, our podcast, the live community there has been fantastic. And Cam,
you were really tip of the spear with that stuff, though. You were live, you were interacting, and you really were dedicated to it.
Yeah, and it's working. It's working. So come hang out. We're on Tuesday. We got content almost every day of the week, except for Monday, I think.
Kenny says, don't you think it's time for Atlanta to part ways with Matt Ryan? Yeah. I mean, they need to go ahead and just blow up everything there.
But they can't do anything right. I mean, they picked a tight end in the first round when they needed everything else.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He was generational, though. He is still generational.
Matt Ryan, former Washington.
I know, I get it.
Quarterback. Like they're probably going to bring in some old veteran.
Oh, that's perfect for Ron.
Perfect
for Ron Rivera.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. Thanks, Tony. Enjoyed it, man.
Thank you.
We will be back with Morgan Ahlers, PA announcer. He runs everything with the football program. You know the guy. Local politics, bud. CEO of ECU Athletics.
Yes.
Why didn't he have one of his tall sons starting on the basketball team years ago? Missed opportunity.
He had like 3 of them.
I know. They're all like 6'8". Anyway, we'll take a timeout, come back. Oklahoma and Indiana State going at it right now in Myrtle Beach. We'll update some scores on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Have more for you after this.
If you live in eastern North North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an Army.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
In studio with Gloria from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Gloria, what is cryotherapy?
Cryotherapy is when your body is exposed to extremely cold but therapeutic temperatures for several minutes. It has many benefits, including decreased pain, decreased inflammation, increased energy, and improved overall wellness. That's why at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we offer a wide variety of services, including cryotherapy. So whether you're an athlete or whether you just want to give your health a boost, cryotherapy will help to ensure that you're feeling great and living well. So come chill with us and you'll be back for more.
Pirate Nation, the newest sports bar is Quarters Bar and Grill, offering gourmet burgers, hot dogs, and wings with unique flavors Greenville has never seen. Pirates like to drink too. Quarters Bar and Grill offers a selection of 10 beers on tap and over 50 different craft beers. Come check us out at Quarters Bar and Grill, open Wednesday to Sunday, 11 to 11, located at the shopping center next to Krispy Kreme. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram and be on the lookout for Quarters Cash hidden around downtown Greenville. Quarters Bar and Grill, the plunder never tasted so good.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ron Ayers Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Hey folks, Uptown Brewing Company is proud to be your friendly neighborhood brewery. We have an incredible lineup of year-round and seasonal brews available in our tap room, and we're also the home of Billy Beer. The tap room features weekly beer and wine specials, events, and live music on the weekends. Need to book a holiday party? We're happy to accommodate. Our staff goes above and beyond to make you feel welcome and keep your glass full. Come see us at Uptown Brewing Company, 418 Evans Street, Uptown Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure you have the best comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Flea Feet. This is EC alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Flea Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Flea Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us on Greenville Boulevard in the public shopping center right near the stadium. Be sure to run with us on Facebook and Instagram. Flea Feet, we run for you. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. And looking forward to Tiebreakers tomorrow during the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter, because I think I'm going to go with the lemon pepper boneless wings, because you suggested that. And the weekend I was going to do it, I unfortunately was under the weather, so I'm going to do that. Remind me, because I will forget.
All right.
I'm going to try the lemon pepper. I'm a big fan of lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper Shirley coming up Saturday. We'll have the Big Dog back with us Saturday.
Mm-hmm. What are you going to go with, Big Dog?
A hiatus.
I feel like I probably am
You've gone with the just plain wings the entire time.
Buffalo wings, but I might be a lemon pepper person. But I definitely will be a fried pickles person. Because we
gotta have those.
That is what I miss out on.
All right, fried pickles will be on the menu tomorrow. Post game on the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show. We'll be taking your calls after ECU and Navy. Joining us now on the Fixed NC Live line, the voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium and the voice of Minji's Coliseum. He is DJ Captain Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan, how you doing, man?
Man, y'all making me hungry.
Morgan, you're a Tiebreakers veteran. What's your go-to on the menu?
I like the cheese sticks, the pepper jack cheese sticks, but you get them cut up into cubes. You don't get the full stick.
Okay.
Cut them up into cubes, and then they're done.
That is insider information.
Yeah, and then you got the wing. You can't go wrong with the wings or the CBR quesadilla. You can't go wrong with anything. They got great food.
Never thought about the quesadilla either. All right. Thanks for putting those into my brain, Morgan. Morgan, let's start with hoops. Pirates, by the way, Indiana State with an early 9-6 lead during the first media timeout against Oklahoma. Right now, we're just pulling for that game to go by fast so ECU can play on time at 7:30 tonight against Old Dominion. Morgan, I always am interested to see what opposing teams' fan bases think about the Pirates, whether it be football, any sport, baseball. But last night, or earlier today, I went over to the Oklahoma Sooners forum and looked at some of their comments on the game last night. And it was so interesting to hear them say, so they were 2-0. They had 2 blowout wins. They were saying, well, this was a good step up in competition. ECU's linked. Man, they got some size. They got some length. And they were like, why are we leaving this Tristan Newton guy open? He's a killer. It was great to hear somebody else give compliments about our ECU basketball team. So something to grow on despite the loss last night. Now, the issue is, Morgan, the Pirates put a ton of effort into it last night. They got to turn right around, play again against an Old Dominion team that was blown out. They're going to be hungry tonight. So for Joe Dooley, his challenge is to not only get the guys to rebound better and hit some free throws, but also make sure they're playing with the same intensity when they take the court tonight.
Yeah, that was a big game for them last night, and there's no moral victories. Some people like to say there is, but I really don't think there is, and you can tell by the tone of Joe Dooley's post-game comments that he was very disappointed in the loss, and basically said, don't like to lose. So if you can instill that in the players and they can come out tonight with the same kind of aggressiveness they did last night, I really think the Pirates have a good shot of beating Old Dominion tonight. I don't think Old Dominion's as strong as they've been at times in the past, and the Pirates need to come out of there 2-1 over the weekend, and that would be a good road trip for East Carolina.
Kind of a weird scheduling quirk, too. You get them in this tournament, Morgan, and then you get them at home coming up soon. So we'll see a doubleheader with the Monarchs coming up beginning tonight at 7:30. East Carolina playing well last night, trying to get a W, and then trying to leave Myrtle Beach with 2 Ws. Football-wise, Morgan, East Carolina with 6 Ws, and that is a number that we have been searching for a long, long time. We've heard Holton Ahlers talk about it since the beginning of the year, and what a way to get it in overtime, stopping them on a 2-point conversion, Morgan. Just with all the close losses on the road this year, and you did have that great win against Marshall, but the Houston loss, the Central Florida loss, the Pirates able to close it out on Saturday and celebrate, and a well-deserved celebration by those guys.
It was, and I was very proud of them the way they played. And listening to the Players Lounge on Monday, you could tell some of the defensive guys, they were almost excited that they came out
to go for 2. Yeah,
they saw the play. They knew the play was coming. Bruce Bivens, one of our guys, and You can tell in that play he made just a beeline for where the quarterback was going to be. I mean, he went in there and almost got to the quarterback before he threw it. So, it was exciting. And now tomorrow, I think it really helps the Pirates that they've got that 6th win under their belt. They're bowl eligible now. It takes a little bit of the pressure off the game. It's already a pressure-packed game when you go play Navy anyway, just because of their scheme, as everybody's talked about all week. But now you don't have to worry about that game. Oh, we have to win this one to go bowling. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But they're going to. But they don't have to. But they're going to win.
All right, you heard it here from Morgan Ahlers. Holton's great to talk to.
I'm just going on feelings this year because, I'm such a I just feel the Pirates are going to win.
I know another guy that goes on feelings, Morgan.
He's so full of, well, I'm not going to.
All right, relax. Holton's so great to talk to because he's not afraid to kind of laugh at himself. And we're sitting here watching a replay of the game while we got Holton in here on Monday. And he throws a pick, and he says, "Y'all don't look at the TV. Don't watch that." But also the sliding thing. So Weaver, Chandler, Shirley, myself were watching the game last Saturday. We see Holton do the butt flop on a run, and we're like, "What is he doing? Like he can? We've seen him slide before, right? What is he?" And then he gives us the reason why. He said that turf or concrete they're playing on is awful. He didn't want to, skin up his entire leg, so he went with the butt flop. He said his brothers gave him a lot of crap about that. Morgan, did you talk about him sliding it all on Saturday?
Yeah, a little bit, but like he told me several years ago, he had trouble sliding his first year in college. And I said, "Why?" He said, "Dad, I never slid when I played baseball."
Well, he just hit dingers?
Just hit dingers and had fun, yeah. He was really scratched up anyway. He said he showed me his arm and his right side.
Yeah.
And that was really, he said that happened on the first series. And he said the field turf was horrible they had there. It was very short, very hard. They had a lot of those rubber pellets down, which made it very hard to get any traction. And I think you heard Donnie Kirkpatrick talk a little bit about that, I think Wednesday in his press conference. And he didn't want to slide there. That's why I guess he ran over the kid on the first series and be tackled.
Yeah, that was certainly a highlight of the game. ECU football actually tweeted that one out this week. There has been some talk, Morgan, about more talk about an expanded college football playoff, and I think they're going to try to get this thing going for 2023. That was a report, and I don't know how true those reports are. It might not be until 2024 or 2025, but looks like they are going to try to move this thing from 4 to 12. That's not going to make Cincinnati feel any better this year if they are left out. Although, Morgan, I know you think it's not going to matter because ECU is going to beat Cincinnati next week. But let's say Cincinnati does run the table this year. They still need an Oregon loss to Utah this week would help them. If Alabama loses to Georgia and knocks them out, that'll help them. But right now, Cincinnati needs to win. And look, they got SMU and East Carolina. That's no easy last two games for them, but still an opportunity for the American to potentially get a team in the playoff this year.
Yeah, I think they're talking about expanding the playoffs. There's been talk about that since they went to the 14 playoff, years ago. And my question is, how much of that question about expanded playoffs would be happening had Texas and Oklahoma not be moving to the SEC? When you think about that, though, there are a lot of those schools, and it caused a lot of the shuffling and schools moving, around a little bit. But I think that if Texas and Oklahoma had stayed where they were, there would not be an expansion in the playoffs because they can get in right now by being, their conference champion. Whereas if you go to the SEC, you're probably not going to be the one. Either Alabama, Georgia, Texas, or Oklahoma. There's only one conference champion.
Yeah, and the more they expand, the least amount of times they're all going to see each other. So it might not even be settled on the field. You could have like 3 or 4 one-loss teams, and they'll pick Bama and Auburn, let's say, or Bama and Georgia over Oklahoma and Texas. Now, that's a good point. Like you got to increase the numbers if you're going to put all the good teams in one conference. So
that's right. I think that's money talks, as they say, and I think that could be one of the big reasons they're trying to do that now. Especially all of a sudden, the SEC wasn't for playoff expansion. Now they are.
Right.
The ACC wasn't for playoff expansion. Now they are. The Big Ten, they just don't want to play it anyway because they're not going to have anybody good enough to play.
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe, whatever.
Shot at Ohio State, Michigan? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Morgan, I saw that Sonny Dykes' name out there for the TCU job. It's end of the season. It's getting close to bowl time, and of course, coaching carousel time in college football. Virginia Tech firing Justin Fuente, so you got a job there. Washington job is open, and Gary Patterson out at TCU. Sonny Dykes, look, and I hate to say it this way, but we want Mike Houston's name to be out there in the carousel because that means he's doing big things at East Carolina. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but could in the future. These these schools love to come after the American and raid the coaches, Morgan, and Sonny Dykes could be the name this year. Luke Fickell could still be the name this year.
It wouldn't surprise me if Coach Fickell makes a move this year because Cincinnati's a very veteran team. And they lose a lot going into next season. And it's a business. I know he's got a great contract. I know they're getting ready to change conferences. You know, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but somebody's going to throw a lot of money at those guys. I know that Mel Tucker at Michigan State, somebody told me that they've offered him a 10-year, $95 million contract. And now they're talking about a 10-year, $12 million contract, I think, or $120 million contract or something like this for Lincoln Riley if he were to go to LSU. You know, and from a business standpoint, you can be loyal to a school all you want, but it is a business, and that's setting your family up for life.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about that at the end of the day. No doubt about it. Can't blame these guys. Morgan, got some area high school playoff action going on tonight. J.H. Rose, for the first time this playoffs, will be on the road. And Perry Owens still putting some ranch on it at Washington. So some area teams to follow tonight.
Yeah, they've got a couple. And they've actually got another third game going on. They've got the Anchor Bowl 2 over in Beaufort County, north side, south side, getting ready to play again. But you've got Washington traveling up to Northeastern, the number 1 team in 2A. That should be a good game. Northeastern's really a strong football team, but Washington's proven they're nothing to be taken lightly. And I think Perry Owens will have his team ready to play, and I think that'll come down to maybe the last series or so. It might not, I just think it will. Rose has a tough one. They go to 71st. 71st is, I think, only given up, I think it's 76 points so far this season. They run the ball. They run it, they hardly throw it at all, but they've got a massive offensive line. And I think 28 of those 76 points happened last week. So, I mean, Rose has got their hands full. I think if Rose is going to be successful tonight, they've got to jump on these guys early and force 71st to throw the football. If they can do that, they can have a good chance to go in, to the next round. But if not, it could be a long night if they sit there and just let 71st just ground and pound it all night.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan, you going to Annapolis? You working this weekend? What you got planned?
I'm not making the trip to Annapolis yet. We've got some work I got to do.
Gotcha.
So, but hopefully maybe I can make the airport this time if the team wins. When the team wins tomorrow night, get the Pirate fans back out to the airport.
Heck yeah, that was good. And Morgan, you said you listened to the Players Lounge. Did you hear how much that meant to the players? They were like shocked. They said, I've never experienced anything like that before. It was really cool to hear their reaction about the fans showing up the other night.
Yeah, it was, and it's I watched the videos. Again, I had a wedding I had to do last weekend, and I was actually driving back and sort of looking at that while I was on the road. It was kind of really neat, and I know the players appreciated it, the coaches, and hopefully there'll be a good turnout tomorrow night when the Pirates win number 7 on the season.
Yes, sir. Morgan, enjoyed it, man. We will talk to you again soon. Have a good weekend, bud.
Thanks, you guys. Have great shows tomorrow, and keep rolling as always.
Yes, sir. There is Morgan Ahlers joining us today on the Fixed NC Live Line. Let's take a break. I tell you what, Shirley, let's go ahead and open up the booty bag here on a Friday. I'm ready to give away some beer on a Free Beer Friday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. We've got a great giveaway for you today. How about a 12-pack of the limited edition Busch Light Apple? It can be yours. Also, we'll throw in some Carolina Eagle shirts, some koozies, and a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. It can be yours right now if you are caller number
12.
12.
Must be 21 or over.
Must be 21 or over. Offer ends in 5 minutes. 317-1250. Caller 12 is a winner. Oklahoma up 16-10 on Indiana State. Quick look at your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. We're back after this.
0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero, 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
The ultimate Bon Jovi tribute band, Slippery When Wet.
It's my life, it's now or never.
Live, one night only, at the Bob Martin Ag Center in Williamston. Saturday, January 15th. Advance tickets just $25. But for one day only, Friday, November 26th, a Black Friday flash ticket sale for only $20. Get your tickets at innovativeticketing.com. Slippery When Wet, the Bon Jovi cover band. Saturday, January 15th, at the Bob Martin Ag Center in Williamston. $20 advance tickets Black Friday at innovativeticketing.com.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
It's bow time. You've probably heard folks say, don't call it a comeback. But at Bojangles, we don't like to beat around the bush. So when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back in all its tender, marinated chili lime glory, and you can get a pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, go ahead, call it a comeback. Get a legendary pork chop griller combo for just $4.59, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Tired and sluggish? Down in the dumps? Or just have the blahs? Maybe you need to hydrate. Revive Health and Wellness on East 10th Street in Greenville offers IV hydration that can help you with lack of energy, improve your mood, assist with immunity, even fix a hangover. Locally owned and operated, the team at Revive Health and Wellness are experienced and licensed registered nurses that will assist you in preparing for your IV session. Call or text today with questions or to set an appointment with Revive Health and Wellness. 252-350-1805. That's 252-350-1805.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic, and we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, are you ready for some Warren's hot dogs? Warren's Original Hot and Judy's Mild Sweet Chili Hot Dogs have been the official hot dog of sports fans for over 30 years. Pick up a tailgate special this football season of 10 or more hot dogs for only $1.50 each. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the new Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
This is Bruce Bivens. Join me and the other Pirate Radio athletes exclusively each Monday on PRL. Pirate Radio is the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 50,000 followers today. And congratulations to Susan Deans, who walked away with their big prize on our free Beer Friday.
And a Football Friday, big Panthers fan, Susan Dean. So I know she's excited about her Panthers and Cam taking on Washington on Sunday. She can enjoy some Busch Light Apple while she watches. All right, congratulations, Susan Dean. All right, basketball, sports are weird, and the moment you start questioning a line or, what the spread, does this make sense? I mean, just don't do it. Vegas knows what we're talking about. And I bring that up because I'm pulling up the score here. Last night, Old Dominion lost, and now I can't find it, of course. Let me pull it up. Old Dominion got killed last night. I'll put it that way. But I believe they opened up as favorites against East Carolina. And right now, East Carolina is a 2-point favorite. All right, here you go. Sorry that I stumbled through that. Old Dominion lost 77-36 last night. They scored 36 points. 16 in the first half, 20 in the second half, 36 points in an entire basketball game. And I think they were favorites in that game against Indiana State. Indiana State trailing Oklahoma right now by 7. So in what world should they be favored against East Carolina? And why is now East Carolina only a 2-point favorite? Well, I don't know. It kind of scares me.
Somehow they know.
Yeah, it scares me is all I'm saying. A team that lost by 41 is only a 2-point underdog to East Carolina tonight. It makes me nervous. But I'm taking the Pirates. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some football right now as we head out to the Fixed NC Live line. Brian North joins us here on a Friday to get you ready for your sports weekend. North, how you doing, man?
Oh, fat and happy, ready for Thanksgiving week coming up.
Let's start there because I won't talk to you again before Thanksgiving. So, annual question that I ask everyone, Brian, your favorite Thanksgiving side dish that you can't go without on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
All of the above?
Yeah, I'm definitely any kind of potatoes and gravy type of guy. I mean, there's got to be gravy there, and I know we've had this dispute: is gravy a food before or not? But gravy's got to be there, and there's got to be some potatoes there, and that's number one on the list.
My grandma makes this egg gravy, which some people turn their nose up at. But are you familiar with that, Brian? It's gravy with
egg gravy. Yeah. I'm down with it. It's if I have to start like listing gravies, top 10 gravy list, egg may not be number one. But
okay.
I'm with it.
And I go. It's on a lot of the items on the plate. It's on the turkey. It's on the mashed potatoes. It's on the dressing. So the gravy kind of finds its way throughout the plate. Are you? Yes. Do you mix your foods? Are you one of those people? I got to imagine, Brian, knowing you don't mind if your food touches on the plate.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. And some are okay to mix, but I am that one guy. Once I get started on something, I usually finish it. I don't mind if it's touching something, but once I start with the stuffing, a lot of times I just
you go like one at a time. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like the old clockwork thing. If you put your plate, each food's like a number on the clock. Sometimes I spin it like that, but it's not a have to be, but it tend to be what happens.
I like Mindhunters on Netflix, and it was like the first people that started profiling serial killers. So what I do, I get data on how people eat and their habits, and try to figure out if you're a serial killer or not.
I definitely have the qualities. I know serial kills, but just don't cross me.
Brian North joining us. North, let's start with Pirate football. It was great catching up with Dominique Davis yesterday. Wanted to get him on, because we hadn't talked to him in 10 years, which is kind of crazy. We hadn't talked to him since he left Greenville, so great to catch up with him. And also, he had a record-breaking performance against Navy the one time East Carolina was able to defeat Navy. It was funny, Brian, and I'm sure you remember. So he went 26-26 in the first half in the game in 2011. I asked him, and we talked about this at the time, but it was fun rehashing it. I said, Dominique, did you know that? And he said, no, but as I was going in the locker room, a reporter said, hey, you just broke a record, Aaron Rodgers and T. Martin's record. And he's like, what record? What? We're playing a game, it's halftime. And he said, or she said, he said that you were 26-26. That's the now most consecutive completions dating back to last week. And he was like, man, I'm in the zone. I'm feeling it. I'm the man. And then he said, third quarter comes around, they go out on the field, throws an incomplete pass. It was like, don't talk about a perfect game type of situation.
Yeah. And then a lot of players don't know when they're in that situation. Next play, right? And in that air raid offense that they were running under Lincoln Riley at the time, so many of those bubble screens, and it's just, you're not.
Oh, he wasn't throwing 30 yards down the field every play.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're not even thinking about it. You're just next play. So I can see where that would get lost in the sauce or something like that. You're throwing it so much, you're not even. No, it doesn't even register, and the plays were happening so quickly. I can see, but I can also see where it gets in your head all of a sudden. Somebody gets to you, and then all of a sudden it breaks down. And if I remember correctly, that game still came down to a last-second field goal that was needed to win.
That's right. I want to say they might have missed one at the end, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, it came down to 3, and the Pirates able to win that one. They are 1-7 against Navy. Brian, how do they get to 2-7? And this is a tough one for the coaches, man. You have that celebration after the 6th win at Memphis, and you got Cincinnati coming up next week at home, which you're jacked up for. This is my gambling buddies like to call this a sandwich game, a look-ahead game, a letdown game. You got them all here for Mike Houston to worry about for his team. I do think they're focused, Brian, but look, we've seen a lot of college football teams fall into this trap before.
Yeah, so I think it's real simple this week. One, how do you win the game? You make sure Holton Ahlers doesn't get COVID or test positive.
That's a good point. Right? Very good point.
I think if you have Holton last year, you probably win that game, and you'd be 2-6 against them. So, and we would even be talking about these streaks. So that's number one. You make sure Holton Ahlers is playing. Number two, I think the motivation is real easy. ECU still has a chance to play in the AAC championship game. So you've got to take care of business in a place where you've very rarely taken care of business. And so I think the 6th win in this team, I think, is almost addictive. I kind of feel like they are finally figuring it out, and they're trying to establish their legacy with this program. So I think they'll be highly motivated going into Annapolis this weekend. So I don't think there'll be any problems with a letdown in that sense. And then this coaching staff, I think, has a lot better pedigree to coach against a triple option team than coaching staffs in the past, and I think that helps. And I think last year kind of showed that a little bit. It was a competitive game, and again, if they had Holton, I think they win the game. So all those factors go, and I think highly motivated, really good chance to win. This isn't your Navy team that puts up 70. I think they will score points. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this will be a shutout, but I think this is a very winnable game for ECU, and I think they will be motivated. I'd be surprised if there was a letdown.
Yeah, and look, this is a Navy team, and not this particular. This is a Navy program that has scored with Ken Niumatalolo 76, 66, and 56 against East Carolina, and that was far from the case last year. As you said, good point. Blake Harrell and company did a pretty good job defensively. Also, it helps that Navy doesn't have Malcolm Perry or Keenan Reynolds or Dobbs or those great quarterbacks that really ran the show. That they are lacking that this year, Brian. So that helps out a little bit too.
Yeah, Navy, I know they've been down talent-wise a little bit and haven't had those great players. And look, the triple option is still tougher to defend, but it helps when you have great athletes who make great decisions and those fifth-year senior quarterbacks that are making those reads for you. So, again, all these things set up for ECU to go in there and get a 7th win and, look, still possibly create some kind of drama here at the end of the year, depending on how things go down between SMU and Cincinnati, to still be in the running for getting into that AAC championship game. I think that's the big carrot that Mike Houston's been dangling it out there this week. He's like, look, we're not out of this thing yet. We take care of business and things go our way. We all of a sudden are playing for a championship here in year number 3.
Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Last night, Brian, Louisville all over Duke, 62-22. And kudos to David Cutcliffe. He made Duke. I was looking at this, Brian. Duke went from 1961 all the way to 1989 without going to a bowl. That coach that got him to a bowl in 89, Steve Spurrier. And then they went through, let's see, after that, from 1990 to 2011, they went to one bowl mixed in there in 1994. So to get them to 6 bowl games from 2012 to 2018, he made them relevant. He had a 10-win season, a 9-win season, a 2 8-win season. So he did a phenomenal job there, but it looks like it's trending back down, Brian. And I don't know, just from what you read, it looks like his days could be coming to an end there in Durham.
Yeah, more than likely. It's been a great run, but every coach runs its course. How old is David Cutcliffe? I mean, he's no spring chicken anymore. He's been around for a long time, and these things will catch up to you, especially at a place like Duke, which is not easy to recruit. It's a place that's not a football culture. And so what he's done is magical, but it takes a lot of energy. And I just think maybe he's running out of energy. You have coaching staff turnover. They've been through the COVID deal where they just have more stricter policies than anybody else being in private school. They've instituted their own stuff, which has made it even tougher. So there's a lot of things working against him. And then there's times you just say, I'm tired, and it might be time. And it just kind of has that feeling for David Cutcliffe, who has nothing to apologize for what he's done with Duke. He can go somewhere and be a quarterback guru coach again to finish out his career if he wants to keep coaching.
I think Arch Manning should go to Duke and just see what would happen if he gets his hands on one more Manning before he hangs it up. That'd be cool.
That would keep him around and keep him employed definitely for a few more years.
All right, Brian, we are your home for raising awareness for Wake Forest football here Fridays. And boy, last week, NC State Wake Forest, it had everything I want, Brian. I'm a sports fan. I'm also a big fan of comedy, and it had both. There were 2 cases in that game where where Leary threw a pick, and then the very next play, Hartman threw a pick. It was like, and I was texting with a State friend, and just like all State fans, he's a miserable human being. And I said, there's a universe out there somewhere, an alternate universe where Wake and State are like really good, legit top 10, 15 football programs, and they don't do this awful, hilarious stuff. The problem is that's not the universe we live in. They just can't have things too good. Wake wins that one, Brian, but you put it out to the universe a couple weeks ago that Dabo's laying in the weeds and Clemson still has a shot here. Would have been a lot easier and nicer for Clemson if State would have beat Wake last year, but there's still a chance. I think Wake takes care of business against BC next week, and it won't matter. But Clemson is a favorite this week in Death Valley against Wake Forest. And it's fascinating, Brian, because Clemson's offense, if all things are even, can't hang with Wake's offense, but Wake has had a nightmare trying to score on Clemson's defense over the years. So I think it makes for a fun matchup at noon tomorrow.
It's a fascinating matchup, and people are still sleeping on Wake Forest as far as they have no idea what kind of entertainment show this is. Maybe part of it's Dave Clawson and how boring he is as a human being, and great coach, and he's recruited great talent there, but he is definitely not a guy. I was asked earlier by someone, what do you think about Dave Clawson getting plucked away from Wake Forest? I said, well, he's not the guy that wins the press conference, and so many colleges want the press conference winner more than they want the
somebody that can rally the fans and sell tickets, get people excited.
Certainly, and Dave Clawson's just a nice, boring guy. He's a boring uncle who comes in with, he's got his 401k all wrapped up nicely. He can retire at an early age, but, no one wants to sit and talk to Dave, in the party. He's not the cool guy at the party. So, but he does a great job. What he's done there, winning programs, or winning games, and making that a winning program, and the players he's pulled in there, he's doing something right.
Yeah.
But the respect factor still is not there. And part of it has to do with the defense, and part of it has to do when they get on a big stage. Sometimes they still stumble a little bit. And this is their big stage on the road, and I can see why Clemson would be favored. It's a name-game deal, and when if Wake hadn't lost to North Carolina, I think it might be different. Now this game, you put the one loss against beside their name, less people pay attention and don't take it as seriously, and I think that's where Vegas and the gamblers are probably going to put their money on Clemson because that's the easy thing to do. Now, having said that, Wake's defense has got to make sure they don't give Clemson that life offensively that they haven't had all year. And that's really where that game is going to be decided.
Brian North joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line. North, Ron Rivera returning to Charlotte this Sunday, and maybe that's been a big headline in Charlotte or in Landover, but most of the talk I see is about Cam Newton, and really for good reason. As he comes in last week, he gets signed like 3 or 4 days before the game at Arizona. Comes in, runs a touchdown, throws a touchdown. Panthers roll. McCaffrey's looking good. The defense, albeit they didn't face Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, defense played great. And all of a sudden, the Panthers fans have new life, and should be a great atmosphere at Bank of America on Sunday with Cam Newton back in the starting lineup. That was announced today. So, look, I still, if I had to guess, I would say this Cam reunion does not have a happy ending at the end of this thing, but it sure as hell had a great first chapter, Brian, on Sunday.
And that may be the worst thing that could have happened because the expectations are so high.
Yep.
I played, 10 snaps? He didn't even play that much.
Yeah.
And he was put in winnable situations. 3rd and short is a winnable situation. Defense getting a turnover and getting it down inside the 10-yard line, that's a winnable situation for Cam Newton. I want to see Cam Newton on 3rd and long and see if that shoulder still holds up and if he's gained any accuracy back. That's basically what got him fired and sent out of Charlotte before. So now all of a sudden we're going to find out we've got more of a test here. That's what I call a prom game. You know, he showed up and looked good when he had to, but it was only for a handful of plays. Really, P.J. Walker played great offensively, and I would think they still need to have him in there some because for a couple of reasons. One, Cam doesn't know the whole playbook. I thought Matt Rule had a really telling soundbite the other day when he said, Cam hasn't learned the playbook, he's learned the game plan for this week. And so when things aren't going the way they're supposed to or something changes, I still think P.J. Walker is going to be a viable guy to go in there to not only run plays, but also how about you keep the number of hits off of Cam? The big knock against him has been the number of knocks he has taken. So if you can get him out of the game, keep him rested, keep him healthier, he'll be a better Cam. So I don't mind this 2-quarterback system here for a few more weeks in Charlotte because Cam is still not game ready. He didn't play that much. When you take hits, it's a whole different thing than just running sprints on the side. And so there's a whole lot more that goes to it. And I just hope they don't throw him in for, 80 snaps this week when he's just, I don't think, quite ready for that. I hope they're still willing to go to P.J. Walker. And I think for the Washington defense, having to prepare for 2 quarterbacks would be a lot tougher for them too. So I would use that to my advantage. And yes, number 22 is back, and that makes every quarterback look good when you give it to Christian McCaffrey.
I was going to get there next, Brian. It looks like he's back just about to his full load. He had 13 carries last week, 95 yards on those. He had 10 catches on 10 targets for 66 yards. That is not good news for Washington fans that all of the Cam and PJ and whatever is not, but Christian McCaffrey healthy and getting 23 touches. It'll probably go up to 27, 30 this week. That is not a good news for opponents for the Panthers.
No, and look, Sam Darnold was good when he had Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
Sam, and
right.
Remember Sam, in his great start when number 22 was there. So, everybody looks better when 22 is in there and healthy. And you talk about the workload, and that's something I think they really need to keep an eye on here because it is very tempting to give it to McCaffrey 30 to 35 times a game because of what he does when he gets it. But you have to look at his fragility that he's had these last couple of years and say, you have to fight that urge. Chuba Hubbard is getting there. He's looking better. He had some good, meaningful touches, including a touchdown, and that makes you feel more confident you can give him the ball a little bit more. And the kid from Nebraska, number 20, he provides a little electric spark for them. I'd like to see them use him a little bit more as well.
Amir Abdullah, one of those guys that is great in college and then gets drafted by the Lions and fades into obscurity. I honestly thought he'd been out of the league for like 15 years. That's what happens when you go to Detroit, but he's still around. Brian, the NFL so week to week. Like, I don't know. I buried the Panthers like 2 weeks ago, and now they're back from the grave. Like, you just can't figure this stuff out. And I guess last week the shocker was Washington beating Tampa, but we see these scores every single week. These 10-point favorites who not only don't cover but lose outright, and makes it interesting, makes it frustrating if you're a fan at times. But it's fun.
Health is the number one indicator. It's who is healthy, and when teams aren't healthy or don't have their full complement of players, it's a big deal. And I've been saying all along on Tampa Bay, keep an eye on them with a 17-week season now. It's one more game of wear and tear for an older team. So it's right now, it's about when you get hot. And to make proclamations here at the middle of the season when you can't predict injuries and to figure out who and when they're going to get hot and when they do it, it's way too tough. This has definitely become one of those deals where a wild card team almost becomes a favorite in the playoffs because they're getting hot at the right time. And how you can get a team hot at the right time is anybody's guess, but that's really where this league has come down to now. So that's why it's so fun week to week. And we can make these proclamations about who's so great right now, but it's such a long season. The ebb and flow is just crazy, but that's what makes the NFL so much fun.
Brian North joining us. Got some Pirate Hoops coming up tonight. East Carolina hung with Oklahoma last night, but the Sooners get the win in Myrtle Beach. Tonight, East Carolina will take on Old Dominion. They were absolutely destroyed last night by Utah State. Yet, I believe, I saw people tweeting about this, the line opened up Old Dominion a slight favorite. Now East Carolina is a 2-point favorite in the game. And I'm worried about this one, Brian, just because East Carolina played pretty well last night, didn't hit their free throws. They gave up offensive rebounds, which they're going to do against bigger physical teams. But I'm just worried about a letdown here, that you give it all last night, you don't get it, you got to turn around, play another pretty good opponent. Plus, Old Dominion blown out, and they come back. They're going to be hungry tonight. I did read, Brian, that their coach, Jeff Jones, remember him from Virginia, is back in Norfolk with COVID. Now, I probably should have researched that before I just said that, but I did read that. And their interim coach will be a player I remember well, Brian Stith. His son, Brandon Stith, played at East Carolina before transferring to, I believe, Old Dominion. So just a few connections there. But East Carolina played well last night, Brian. Let's see if they can do it 2 nights in a row.
It's always that early on we get excited about ECU basketball. They have a whole new group of players that we barely get to know them. It's funny, the only reason I remember the Stith kid playing at ECU was because he was Brian Stith's son.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember anything he did on the court for him, and that's kind of, ECU basketball's MO. Guys come in for 1 year and out, and it's just unable to get the consistency of players staying for a long period of time. It's funny we mentioned Dominique Davis and the great pantheon of quarterbacks ECU has had. Sometimes he gets lost in the shuffle because he was only there 2 years. We're used to starters 3 to 4 years at ECU. And so that's the same thing with a basketball team. You can't get to know these guys because they don't get a good body of work to ever get to know them. So that, to me, has always been the problem. It's the nature of basketball now and what it is. But you're trying to learn the ECU basketball team and what makes them any different from the struggles they've had for the last 5 or 6 years. So maybe some of these guys stick around, maybe they don't, but getting to learn them, know who they are and what they bring to the table and what makes them any better here early on in the season. Old Dominion, look, Jeff Jones has been a good coach everywhere he's gone. I can't see any way that team is so horrible this year just based on his coaching pedigree. Maybe he's not there, but Brian Stith is. That's another guy. So, Old Dominion, the nature of sports is to rebound. Unintended with basketball, and so be careful of this ECU Old Dominion game tonight.
North, enjoyed the chat, man. We're here 11:30 a.m. Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, getting ready for the 3:30 kickoff. So we'll see if you're around at around 3 o'clock, Brian, tomorrow. Yeah. What you got going on tomorrow?
Just another fall Saturday. Trying to recover from the week and the third round of the high school football playoffs and all of that. So no, I'll just be chilling with the kids and getting ready for the big holiday week.
We'll end it there, Brian. Big games tonight. Who are you looking forward to recapping on the Blitz coming up round 3?
Your nemesis, the J.H. Rose Rams.
Yeah, on the road, right?
On the road at 71st, and this will be interesting. Rose's losses this year are to real physical, run-oriented teams, and going into Fayetteville, that's the brand of football they like to play, so that's going to be a real interesting one for Will Bland and company. Not far up the road will be Jacksonville taking on Lee County. That's going to be a great matchup. And then we've got 2 great rivalry games. North side, south side of Beaufort County, the Beaufort County Civil War. North side won earlier this year by 20, and we'll see if that happens again. And in Duplin County, it will be standing room only in Beulahville, Wallace Rose Hill at East Duplin. Wallace only loss this year was to East Duplin. That was by 3 points 4 weeks ago. So those are some of the great games. And Washington, put some ranch on it. They're going to Elizabeth City to take on Northeastern. and that'll be a fun game. High scoring. That one we're hoping is done by the time we go on the air because those two teams put up a lot of points.
Wrench it up. Let's go, Coach Owens. All right, Brian, thanks for joining us today, man. We'll talk to you for a few minutes coming up on Saturday. Have a great Friday evening, and we'll try to catch up with you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, Clipper.
All right, Brian North joining us today on the Fixed NC Live line as we got you ready for all kinds of sports going on. You got hoops tonight, Pirates and Monarchs coming up at 7:30. ECU football Saturday with Navy and East Carolina going at it at 3:30. We're here 11:30 a.m. on the Bud Light pregame tailgate, and we'll have a full slate NFL triple header for you coming up Sunday right here on Pirate Radio. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap it up, take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. By the way, there's 5 or 6 college football games tonight. We'll get you ready for the action going on tonight. Hornets in action. We'll talk about it all when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 GMC Sierra 1500. Save up to $3,000 off. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Emporium presents a Very Beer Christmas.
'Tis the season to be drinking. Fa la 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 la.
Give the gift of beer this holiday season. Emporium is offering a special 12 Beers of Christmas box. 12 Beers of Christmas is a specially curated 12-pack of beers from different breweries. The 12 Beers of Christmas will have many styles and lots are limited release. 1 beer for each day up to Christmas. Stop by Emporium today on Dickinson Avenue and also on Facebook and Instagram.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with 0 interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
If you live in Eastern North Carolina, chances are you've heard of Riley's Army. Riley's Army started in 2008 and has provided emergency support to over 300 families who have a child with cancer. Join us on Sunday, December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Winterville Parks and Rec campus for the Santa Dash, benefiting kids with cancer and their families right here in our community. Bring a new, unwrapped gift for a Riley's Army family and help us give our families the Christmas they deserve. Register at runtheeast.com or call us at 252-481-4471. We can't do it alone. We need an Army.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report for today. The Dow closed out the week down 268 points at 35,601. NASDAQ was up 63, however, at 16,057, and the S&P fell 6 points and closed at 4,697. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock. I almost said that backwards.
Back into
Clip Brock. Here's PRL. I almost said that backwards.
We're here enough that we should just legally change our names to Pirate Radio at this point. We'll be back here Saturday for the Bud Light pregame tailgate at 11:30. Looking at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, 2 games have already been played to a completion in Myrtle Beach today. Utah State beat New Mexico State 85-58, and Davidson beat Penn 72-60. Right now at halftime, Oklahoma has a 38-30 lead over Indiana State, and East Carolina will play the final game of the tournament tonight at 7:30 against Old Dominion. Tonight in college football, a lot of action going on for a Friday, including Memphis at Houston, and that game is 9 o'clock on ESPN2. Also, San Diego State taking on the Fighting Magazoos of UNLV. Coming up tonight, Southern Miss is at Louisiana Tech, the Skippers there. Arizona at Washington State, and Air Force Nevada. Wow, this is a pretty good night of college football tonight. You can watch some of that after ECU takes on Old Dominion, and the red-hot Charlotte Hornets. They've beaten the NBA's best their last couple of trips out, beating the Warriors and the Wizards. They'll take on the Pacers tonight at home. That game at 7 o'clock. Hurricanes, a winner last night on the road. All those scores presented by Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll have a busy Buck scoreboard update for you coming up on Saturday, thanks to Da Buck. We are done. Shirley, Glenn, enjoyed it. We'll see you Monday, 3 o'clock for an all-new Pirate Radio Live. We'll see you 11:30 a.m. Saturday on the Bud Light pregame tailgate. We'll talk to you then. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an